Welcome ye of little faith. That doesn't make any sense.
Not really. Were they doubting that we're going to start it properly on point? Well, no, we need to start things on.
1 point, maybe, yes. So, you guys might be wondering Minecraft, what? Well, whatever.
Well, something new. Oh shit! I just fell down. Hang on. Ah, bollocks. Hi. Well, it's something new, ish.
Ish. Okay, yeah. How do you like my GIF logo in the corner? Is that really annoying to you? I just did that for the fun. Oh, you can't
What
see.
logo?
I did something in the stream.
Oh. Well, hang on. First of all, let me drop in. Hi.
Yep. Oh, hello.
I've still got my running speed set to something like 500, so
Zoom.
can't touch this. Oh crap! It just fell off.
Ooh. We got chickens. We got Ramina's chicken shop.
Waking.
Okay. So you might be wondering, what the hell are you guys making?
Use them to actually buy things.
Let's take a step back really fast to see a little bit from the future, from the distance. So you see two dragons, and one is frost and one is fire, and you see this little area in the middle, and that's going to be our spawn. And there's going to be two factions. There's going to be the fire faction, and there's going to be the ice faction. And the dragons are actually not good. They're bad, bad, bad. So we are using technology to keep up a force field. And they're gonna protect us against the dragon. So we're gonna make a very futuristic Halo-like spawn.
Eventually.
Yeah. And I'm trying to make panels actually here. And at first I made them into sea lanterns, but they look a bit weird if I do so. They look a little bit weird. Replace white. Yeah, we're using well-world edit. White stained glass with sea lanterns. Oh, that was a really small place. I just did that.
You didn't. You chose a weird, weird amount there to change over.
Yeah, I just. And it has something. But then
it seems a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue is too blue.
I think with the light glass it worked better because it seemed to be sort of like a energy matrix within the shield rather than this looks like a physical frame that the shield's based around. And we're going to have to do the same probably with red stained glass over in the orange bit.
That's true. Let's just keep the frame. And I could always take the light blue. Well, that's going to be more. Yeah, like I have nothing else to do. Maybe just make another extra border with light blue to soften the color in between. But then I don't have anything like that for the fire part. So
yeah, the idea being, I think around this server is that both dragons seem to be fighting. They're sort of primordials, whatever, big bads of the server. And while there are two factions, fire and ice, both factions have to work together in order to not be completely destroyed by the dragons.
He is not cozy. He is wearing kit starter leather. And if I were to put them on, you'll see it is thigh guards. And I can't say this on stream because Marina is there already. There's a hardened chest plate, which is Tavo me's hardened this leather for 40 days in the diamond layer. And that is actually stone element, and the firewalkers are of course fire element. And the frost cap is frost element. And they all give some extra. And there's the decapitator. The hangman of Slogan-Roth used his axe to behead the royal family. So there's a little starter kit that can help you out. And there might be more elements, because I was thinking we have frost and fire fighting here. But why? Why are frost and fire fighting here? And why are they fighting their own factions? And then maybe there might be a very devious Shadow faction.
But we haven't even got started to building that yet. Right now, what am I going to be working on now? I'm going to leave Reaper to do the bubble because that's a lot of work.
Oh,
I'm not
and as you can see, by the way, our logo is in the middle here. It's the fire ice.
Yeah. We did have some problems when I first generated this world because I made the entire fire dimension be the nether biome. There were so many ghasts. It was unbelievable. Because it spawned an entire nether's worth of ghasts inside this sort of mountain range. So there are maybe 200 of them just flying about. We couldn't get anything done. So we had to change that.
Fringlish, have you seen the elemental chambers in the towers? What is actually pumping the element to the beacon?
I haven't actually been in these towers yet. Let's go and have a look.
You can
I'll meet
go
you in front of the...
You can use /true.
I'll meet you in the middle.
Oh, to actually go through walls.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the fire one.
Fire one. I lost you. Oh, there you are. So here is going to be in the bottom. That's just going to be nothing special. That's just going to be where NPCs will reside, who will give you quests or something. And if we would, oh, that is not smart. What I'm going to do now? No, we can't use this one. We have to actually go fly out, and we have to fly up, and just look at the wall, and just type true.
I have completely lost. Oh, you mean right at the top?
Yeah,
So you made something we can't actually get into yet.
Not yet. It's because it's the elemental chamber. This is where all the element is gathered and pumped up towards the beacon.
Right. So we have a base of lava in here, and in the ice, I presume you're using packed ice or water.
Just water. And I did something very nice to the beacons as well. Are you just staring through the window? just so
yeah, hang on. I had to type the code in. Only I did I actually spelt through, whereas the code is THRU instead of THROUGH. So I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working.
And when the beacons go up to the shield, you see that they connect with the capacitator, the thing that creates a shield. I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I had to come up.
And as soon as they connect with the shield, they lose their elemental power, which is distributed in the shield, and they just go on as normal.
As normal energy, so the elemental power is thrown into the shield of water and lava.
Yes.
To protect it. Yeah, so hopefully on this server what we aim to do is have a sort of questing system with these two faction bases, and the idea will be to complete quests to make sure the shield doesn't fall, so the dragons don't end up destroying the spawn, which also contains sort of your life replicators. Because if you die, you respawn in the middle, safe. If that destroys, you die, you're dead.
Definitely. And you see that the shield is already a little bit fading. They're trying to keep it together. And one side is opening up. And what I kind of want to do is in this zone, you can do a lot of starter quests. And of course, you can access the outside here through the hole in the shield. But what I think I'll aim to do is actually make some small villages. Some are destroyed by fire, some are destroyed by frost. And they all have the same kind of futuristic setting, and where you can just do things to...
Yeah, well, we've had a look at what we've built. Do you want to come over here so we can see what Tavo built?
Yeah, I haven't checked Tavo yet.
Yeah. This is what Tavo built. He built an archway out of wood. There we go. That's what he built so far.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work yet, no. But this is what he's built. I wonder if he's done anything in the nether yet. No, we have a couple of trees, but that's it. He hasn't done anything here either.
He must be somewhere. It's gonna look, if I come from this side, I see the shield now, it's gonna look pretty neat. It's pretty hard to calculate though. Oh, I'm actually not creative anymore.
Yeah, somebody got knocked out there.
Because when the shield is curving, you can't just do your normal. You really have to think how you follow the same pattern. It's gonna look really weird at a flat angle when it's a diagonal shield or a horizontal shield, and you look at it vertically.
Yeah, it looks weird when you get up. You need to either look dead on or go down to the side. Alright, well, nearly finished working on the chasm where the red dragon is flying out of. I think it needs just a little bit more smoothing out, but that should be done soon.
Yeah, and a little bit more feet. Oh.
Yeah, and I have to finish building the dragon, and the feet and the tail needs to be finished. So I'll probably be working on that.
That wasn't it. We couldn't find your home. So I made a small normal building as well, which I tried to make as futuristic as possible. It does look rather decent, but I'm not really satisfied with the end result. And there's also a little archway going to the energy chambers, and that's actually gonna be the main way to access the top of the building. It's not gonna be in the building itself. It's gonna be from the maintenance building to the side. I want to make a 2-story building, and the bottom is going to be something like a hangar or something. Nah, I don't know yet.
Maybe a vehicle bay or something?
Yeah, something like that.
At least the idea. Yeah, so the idea is we have these two factions, both, of course, sort of against each other, but they have to work together in order to maintain shields, and the quests we'll put in will be centered around this. So you want your faction to do better, but you can't take out the other faction until the dragons are destroyed or peace is reigning or your faction is powerful enough to maintain the shield by yourself.
At least not in this area. I think the factions can be quite PvP based when it comes to events or something, event maps. Depending on the faction you choose, actually. Wait, I have to calculate. What am I doing? I'm totally ruining my own. Okay. So you're generally not allied to the faction, but this is of course neutral ground where we both have to work together to survive.
Yeah, in the world, beware. If you're blue, watch out for red, and if you're red, watch out for blue. But here, it's sort of survival matters more than squabbles. Right, time to get working on the dragon. What are we going to put inside the dragon, by the way? Because there's an awful lot of room inside these dragons, which we're thinking about making into something.
Yeah, we could make intestines.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking quite literally that way, but
yeah, we could make it also a kind of quest objective, like something that you end up inside the dragon to either defeat it or to proceed to the next zone. Well, let's say you defeated the dragon, you can proceed to your own free building area.
could be. This should. The advantage with the plugin that Tavo was testing earlier is we can have doorways, small doorways that teleport you to another area. So you can go into the dragon, have a little bit there, but then we can teleport to another area where we have the entire, parkour region and stuff.
This is smart. As soon as you enter the dragon, we can do something like you destroy it, and then you find a portal also inside the dragon to teleport you out. I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, that's your part of the story.
Yeah, it's all a big work in progress. At the start, we're just going to finish the spawn, then probably open it up for you guys, where you each go to the normal world, where you can just play vanilla Minecraft. The rest of the stuff will come later when we can.
What am I doing?
But right now, we're just building. And we thought we might as well stream something, so we're at least chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
Or with each other.
Choice was between Godwig and this, and I like Godwig. No, just kidding. There's like so much brain energy you can expend on a daily basis or weekly basis. And when it comes to Gothic, there are of course the meesters who teach you. And it's fun to not be the meester all the time. Per se. I'm a bit laggy since I started streaming.
Don't know about that. Seems to be working okay on my end.
If you lose the pattern, you fail.
It's a heck of it. It's an ambitious project you've got, because you can't exactly use world like we have been doing to do massive construction. Or that original dome, you did quite quickly with world edit, but doing the pattern all over, eesh, that's going to take you a while.
It is necessary. That's why I called the stream ASMR, because, well, it's not that I have anything useful to do in my life at the moment.
We're not really going to be saying anything important. We're just going to be going doobly-doo, chatting occasionally, trying to work something out, and probably swearing when we mess up the entire pattern and have to start again.
See, Cozy is having more plans than us at this moment for the server. Destructive plans, to be precise.
Oh, just remember, I think 46 is the item code for TNT, so that might help you.
Oh yeah, oh that's fun. We make TNT cannon in the fire dragon's mouth, and he keeps shooting at the shield, and the shield lights up but will hold. Too ambitious?
I can't even begin to imagine the plugins we'll need in order to make that work. Because we'll need, what, an auto-repairing plugin, we'll need an like an auto-generation plugin.
I saw several videos that actually made a TNT cannon. So all we need is a dispenser, so with a command block. And explosions off. And you'll see constantly boom, 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 boom. Every time it refills. It should be possible.
What do we do with the ice then? What do we do with the ice dragon?
Snowballs.
Is that just a breath? Snowball? Yeah. It does seem a bit silly, because have you seen the size of the dragons? You just have snowballs coming out.
Yeah, but if it's a lot of snowballs. I don't know.
What, so we have like 6 dispensers just going over and over again, filling up, and then...
Just ideas.
Oh, right. No, I just realized why my creation keeps on destroying itself. The red dragon is somewhat built with red wool. The problem is, whenever the red wool gets close to the lava, it catches on fire and then disappears.
No. Can you replace it?
So I've been rebuilding the same thing about 3-4 times before I turned around quick enough and saw it actually burning.
Oh yeah.
Didn't think this one through. Yeah, it's just gonna have to be nether wart bricks then, all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, the dragons. I was also thinking about the white spines on his back. Should be either more dark or red, or at least have some fire here and there.
What are you thinking then? Obsidian, maybe, or
that will make it really dark, though. I mean, I could imagine that for the horns. I do like the dark stone as well. This is a very, very clean dark color, and you have the bricks, so you could.
True.
But then you think about netherrack, because netherrack can hold fire, which could enable you to keep the dragon.
Yeah, well, there's also campfires. I mean, that doesn't hold fire, but what that does do is give an awful lot of... You could have smoke coming out. You can even put... if you put hay bale underneath the campfire, I think the smoke goes up something like 18 blocks. So that's quite a bit of smoke you have.
Oh yeah, the campfires are amazing. It's gonna be laggy though. It's so dark on this side of the dome that I really start to...
But you know you can just do time/day. That might help.
Yeah.
How's that? Can you see now?
I see it better. There is a time... Wait, time... Set 6000. There's a time... There is a certain time that you put the sun exactly above. But I actually have to stop time while I'm building. How do we stop the time? Tavo.
I'm not sure.
Make it stop. Make the time. Stop timing.
Could always make this. No, I don't think purple spines would work. I'm looking at the materials I could do. Could do nether bricks for your spines. That's quite a dark, but that's a dark red. Could try that.
Literally, fuck goddamn. You know, I don't have my own alliance anymore because I joined your stupid alliance. Go see. Fringlish.
Okay, I'm gonna try and turn your dragon into nether bricks.
That sounds
Actually,
really
the spines.
fine.
So we can have a look. No, I can always undo it. We can have a look later. Well, let's try the nether brick. But you know what I'll do? I'll change half into nether bricks and I'll keep half end stone so you can sort of see the difference. See which one you prefer.
How is this 20 IQ? Cozy, really? This requires such mathematical skills that is incredible to do without any mistake.
I know, it's like 15 IQ at best.
Yeah. Every time I just destroy one glass block too many. I disabled the sound because my cats were getting really restless when I was working on the dome. All the time the glass sounds, they were like, oh my god. Please stop it. Just working. It's gonna look beautiful when it's done, believe you me. If you don't believe me, well, then you haven't been paying attention. Everything I make looks beautiful in the end. Imagine I'd make a baby.
Is something you want to tell us, Reaper?
No. I was like, everything I make will look beautiful in the end. Babies are usually very, 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 very ugly. No, that is my ideal. I'm like, I'm not supposed to say it, but often when I look, oh my god. You sure you want to keep this?
This really is a bit. Yeah, this really is a bit unfiltered, isn't it? Okay, there. I've made the changeover. It does make your dragon look a lot darker, I have to say.
I like darkness. Let me come over to. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I kind of like it though. It looks so much different now from the other one. It is dark. The claws look very well, at least.
Yeah, well, it works because we got the dark red and then we got the light blue. No, what does everybody on stream think? Do you think that's better than it was?
I think it's better, but I don't think we can keep the belly white.
Well, what in the world should I replace it with there? Sort of a dragon does have a soft underbelly.
Yeah,
that's what lore says.
Certainly, but not white.
What do you think then? Cream or a sort of orange? A pinkish colour? Purple, maybe? The purple block?
Oh, I don't like purple. Not with red.
I know nothing about fashion because 1, I'm male. 2, I'm straight.
Make it magma
So
block.
that's like 2 magma. I could do magma.
Just to try.
Well, let's try magma.
Let's magma try. There is I design for my job regularly. There's like this chart that you always check which colors belong together, etc. Because some colors are really never should be placed in any place, and then you have certain colors like black and white and gray. They are very neutral. You can almost fit anything with them. Make sure you don't.
I know not to mix like electric pink with electric green, but that's about it.
I made the dome dark blue because of the wings of the frost dragon. They were light blue. So if I would make the dome light blue, I foresaw so many problems when I was starting to world edit.
Okay, that's changed out with magma now.
Ooh, that's a bit.
It's got a lot going on there.
It's not.
I'm gonna say it looks slightly too. I don't know. From a distance, it looks good, but when you get a bit closer,
It looks really grainy. No. It doesn't look good.
all right. Well, I'll undo that then.
I mean, orange could be potentially good. Let's try orange concrete powder. No, I'm just kidding. That will fall straight off.
I was about to change it into TNT for a joke, but then I realized that lava would probably set it off, and then everything would blow up. So it's probably not a good idea.
Cozy, I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Could maybe use a terracotta, a pink terracotta or something.
Ooh, that has a.
No, pink and red isn't great. Or a gray. Why don't I use like a grey terracotta to see? Do they have light grey terracotta? I can't exactly use blue because that's the colour of the ice dragon. But yeah, let's try with light grey terracotta.
Yeah, I'm also looking at grey now. Grey with almost a tone of orange.
Okay, so that's normal terracotta, which is somewhat orangish.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It does look a bit brown, but it's not bad.
It could work. I am actually. It's a lot better than white because you want the. Well, I kind of miss the fire still in the dragon. I don't want to make him orange. Red is good, but it does give him much more neutral colors, and it also makes him look really different than the frost.
True, yeah, and that I think that terracotta works, especially next to the red and the black. It's not as dark as the endstone horns. It's not as light as the main body, but it still gives a sort of. I like that terracotta actually, just as a color scheme. I think it works.
Okay, I need something good for the eyes because the eyes can't really be diamond. I want something fiery.
Fiery. Well, maybe magma could work on just the eyes.
Could work, yeah. They must be distinct, so. Very good. Oh. Yeah. Oh. And something dark, black. Is that fire coral?
Maybe. If we're putting fire coral or something dark, we want something lighter behind it, maybe? Just the terracotta.
Yeah, I did. I tried the black terracotta with fire eyes, but I'm missing something.
No, that doesn't work.
No. I think just, yeah.
Tavo still isn't sure if explosions are on or off yet on the server, so I'm going to avoid changing anything to TNT for the moment.
The Crimson Hippea. that doesn't do anything to me. How's your eye? Oh, you didn't change it.
Well, it's fine. Thanks for asking. Actually, I had an appointment to the opticians a couple of days ago. My vision's got better since I was a kid, so that's okay.
Oh, yours got better. Mine got worse. Hello, game. My game just froze a little bit. Redstone, it could work. My game just works again. Redstone block, that's not bad. That has some oomph to it.
Yeah, let's not keep that one, eh?
What's happening there?
Nothing. Nothing is happening.
Oh, this explains why my game keeps freezing.
Nothing is happening. I'm just testing some things. I'm not doing anything bad.
No.
Well, what if... Hang on. If you power a redstone block, doesn't it sort of glow?
Yeah.
What about if you power it?
Ooh, crimson obsidian. That's absolutely...
Oh, that? That could work.
That even gets...
Definitely a nether dragon. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, yours is a nether dragon. Mine's an ice dragon. And then we have the... Or ice or sky dragon. Water dragon. Sea dragon? Something? The end dragon, of course, people can kill. Oh, we've got to get a way for the end dragon to respawn. So people can kill the end dragon as a quest.
It's not bad, but...
I think the emerald more works with the ice dragon. Sort of the green, blue, and white, and you've got the red, brown, and black.
Yeah, I don't like the eye though. Wait, I'm gonna try a sea lantern. Yeah, maybe better. You need something to light up the eye. Oh, this maybe. Yeah, I keep this one.
Yeah, I'm wondering what could I use to light up the other dragon though. And the emerald works, but there's not that many lantern stuff available, or lights.
Back to work. Oh, what? Oh, let's see what I'm here. Where am I? All right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, because the emerald blocks work on my dragon, I just thought, sod it, and I put a lantern behind to give some light. So I went for the easy version.
That works? Yeah, it seems to work.
Yeah, it's just so the eyes light up a tiny bit, so you can see them. They glow a bit in the darkness.
Oh yeah. Oh my dragon looks perfectly evil though now. Sodometers. It looks almost like a demon from hell now.
Does. I've just got to finish up with the claws, and then I think this dragon area is pretty much done, at least from the outside. So we've got the shield to do, a couple more buildings inside. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, we've got to do something about the legs though. Maybe we can pour just lava around it. That it seems like lava is flowing down, that it's pulling itself out of the lava. Then you don't have to do the leg.
That would be the easy bit. I was just going to make the claws, like on the other dragon, or at least the tops of them. But we could just go for the lava one. It would save a bit of time, certainly.
Oh yeah, this shield's never ever gonna finish. Wait, I can't connect to this one.
Well, it might finish someday, but that day is not today.
1, 2, problem is I always have to connect the corners. As long as I connect the corners, it's easy. Something went wrong. But the moment it starts to go flat, it's going to be a problem in any way. 1, 2.
I think the question is more, do you try and fix the pattern as close as you can, or do you end up going for more of a perspective build? So it looks fine from down at the bottom, but if you go above it, you can see the problems.
Oh, no, it needs to be perfect, but I made a mistake here already, I see.
Perfection is a pretty tall order when you think about who's building it, Reaper.
Yes, there was something wrong. I didn't get that. I saw that something was wrong. Because you have 1, 2, 3, this is the point. And then I don't...
I forgot, is there a potion you can take so you can see through lava without everything burning?
Go see, why are you always so full of shit that just pours out of your mouth? It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. Replace white with blue. Nope. All right. Now, why am I putting everything back the way it was? Because I made a mistake. I broke the pattern, and if the pattern isn't perfect, it's just gonna look weird.
I made a whopping great big hole in the lava. Just whoops. Hang on.
Okay.
One thing we have already sorted out with the server, we've added a couple of plugins, which will hopefully be quite useful. And we've got the backpack plugin, which is quite nice. Basically more inventory space. We have the shop plugin, which we hope to have a working chicken shop, so you can buy all the basics. Basically just to speed up your experience.
Yay. Sorry.
Wow, I can really feel the enthusiasm there, Reaper.
Sorry, I was checking the chat. The chicken chop. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed in myself, to be honest. I screwed up. Massive part of the wall. One, two, three.
Well, no problem, KSC. This isn't an actual video. We're just streaming because, we can.
Yeah, we can. Because we are gods of streaming. No? Oh.
No, not really. Jesus Christ. We can barely hold it together most days.
Ah, this one is wrong. Or is it?
Yep, most definitely wrong.
Are you watching me?
Nope, I'm talking about my own build.
Oh. 1 to 3, and then it needs to go up to 1, 2, 3. Then it's fixed. It's fixed. See, Tion is here. Kind of wonder how we can get 3 viewers when I'm watching it. Theon is watching it, Romina is watching it, Kosi was watching it, and Tavo would never leave us.
No, I'm not watching it.
You're not interested in yourself.
Okay, well that didn't work.
Okay, back to order in my chaos. The problem is I'm always so full of ideas. I have so much plans and dreams and hopes, and there's just not enough support for my endless ideas to make it all happen, you know?
Why does it feel like this is the start of a musical? I have so many hopes and dreams, and I am what I am. Just start the music coming in.
Let's connect the corners.
It's just like a Disney one. Like I have dreams, I have hopes, and then everybody starts singing the words despite them never meeting before, and everybody has this choreographed dance. Romina comes in at the end with a really deep baritone going, I have a dream.
that magic moment that Romina suddenly starts talking to us and we're all deeply shocked about what sounds she makes.
Of Tavo or something coming in a falsetto, or just a bit different.
In the past, I might have gotten kicked in the nuts a few times. I could make the perfect alt.
And that's what happened to the Bee Gees, isn't it?
What did I just do? There we go. Yeah, see, Romina, we have such immaculate imagination.
I wouldn't call it immaculate. My imagination is really dirty.
I barely know what the word means. Just love to say. I thought it was something religious, something with how Jesus was born.
Oh yeah, definitely not anything holy either.
Okay, back on track with the shield now. Nothing can go wrong. And we're on 2%.
You should never say nothing can go wrong. Now you're just inviting trouble.
Hey, Trouble is my middle name.
I thought it was Oswald.
Can't invite something that's already there. One, two, three. 1, 2. That's not what I want to see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, okay, I made a mistake already. The moment I said it. Nobody wants me.
Oh, because if we warn you, it's no longer as fun for us.
True. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 3. It's all sets of 3, so it's 3 diagonal. How do you say that? I always wonder. Diagonal. Diagonal. Thank you. That sounds so much better right now. It's 3 vertical, 3 diagonal, 3 vertical, and the other way 3 diagonal, 3 vertical. It's always just have to keep that pattern. It's really easy. Nothing that can go wrong. And if you look a little bit funny at it, it looks like it twists into the other one. If you follow the lines, like that's the vertical. Does that to you. So that's absolutely immaculate. And the word of the day is immaculate. We will be twisting that into every sentence.
Well, we can do a completely immaculate stream while adding immaculate into places where immaculate should not go.
And we're off.
In fact, we're going to immolate immaculate. That's what we're going to do.
Imagine my English being only so good that I have to fill in the blanks myself when he's making a sentence.
Don't worry, I'll teach you good.
Diagonal. Yeah, let's say it with the Dutch G.
Was that an actual sound in Dutch, or did you just clear your throat?
Wij vallen in de gracht.
Bless you.
Yeah, we never have throat problems. It's always perfectly scraped. De Amsterdamse grachten. That's the waterways in between streets.
The what? The Amsterdamse grachten.
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 Almost. Yeah, you get there. I think Tafo can speak the G. Translate. Amsterdamse grachten. Come on. Canaux d'Amers Rotterdam. No, how? The Amsterdam canals. Oh, it's just a canal. Oh, I made a mistake.
Well, canal can mean any sort of man-made waterway, so it's a bit vague. At least in English.
Well, the Dutch are famous for their canals. Anything related to water, actually. Even though you guys have a lot more water than us.
Oh yeah, but half our country isn't underwater. I think that's the difference.
That be true.
Okay, gotta ask, what the fuck was that?
That be true.
No, was that a Scottish accent, or was that a provisional Dutch? I have no clue what you were doing.
Same. No clue.
Oh, that's good, because if you don't know what you're doing, your enemies won't have a clue either.
Chaos always rules supreme. Wait, I have no idea how to. Kale's so delicious. Okay, it's really hard this side because I still don't have light. Didn't I have a light? It's still not good enough. Maybe if I work from the inside. Oh, it feels like I just. Do I have programmer art made for a newer version of Minecraft? Well, we're kind of having a new version here. quite sure I had some resource packs earlier on my computer.
Do you think one of those for the server might work? We can always edit it, so it only edits the things we want.
No, just
Changed.
for myself, to be honest. MC server, resource packs. Ooh, no, wrong server. Come on.
Okay, I can't get these claws working, so I'm covering the entire thing in lava.
I have 3 servers, all with a beautiful map for a folder for research packs, and they're all empty. I was quite sure that I had the most beautiful research packs when I was doing Build the Earth.
Maybe because Build the Earth was on a slightly different server build. I mean, this is 1.61. Might be in a different folder.
I was looking for it then. Yeah, the sun is there. No. I think the dragon is not helping. Okay, this is probably the best sun I can get for today. Okay. Apologies for that. Oh wait, I didn't know you were the French, English, Goosey. He needs his tea.
Oh, there we go. I couldn't really get the claws working properly. At least they didn't look good enough, so I just covered everything. I've given up and covered everything in lava.
Sounds like a bad plan. Destruction at work. Oh my god, I'm destroying this whole thing. Just to get one block here.
Right, sod it. That's me done. There, I can't do the building anymore.
You give up?
I give up on the dragons. I'm going to do something else now.
Not sure what I'm doing, but this is not working for me.
Maybe make a redstone door? In and out of the bubbles?
No, that's not necessary because we have a perfect...
Oh yeah, we do have the portal system.
It's this angle that I can't really calculate the panels.
It looked different from either side as well.
Yeah. I know I have to connect the borders.
Yeah, well the question is, do you go, if you go flat, yeah, the problem is it's shifting. You need to make a couple thinner every so often.
Yeah.
But when do you add the change?
You have to go up then, sometimes, instead of... I normally just connect the corners with each other, and this way, I always make sure I come out perfectly. But you can't always do that. Especially not now.
No.
This one is going so flat that I actually have no choice but to go up twice like this. But it doesn't feel right. Just like my heart. It aches in torment.
You're feeling very poetic today, aren't you?
And then the panel here is just gonna be disformed like my unborn son.
Jesus. Okay. Jesus Christ, man! Are you okay? You're just throwing stuff out right now. Welcome to today's This is why I normally filter Reaper. This is why there's a filter on him normally. Jesus Christ!
It's so because I don't have it's shining and it's reflecting in my eyes.
So how does that tie into what you've been talking? Jesus!
I can't see the pattern.
Oh.
Enough of this. My eyes must be glued like. Oh. Not see pickles, you dumbass. Okay, that's better. It's gonna be sea lanterns for a while because I need to see. What happened here? Who placed this here? See? Now I know what I'm doing. Ish. I was being dong. Yeah. I was doing. Oh, this is wrong. Well, it's not really. It's really. It is really wrong. I think you have to go here.
There are a lot of things that are wrong. A lot of things.
Because here it is perfect. Yeah, it's so much better to just use sea lanterns for a while. This is insanely ridiculous. I suddenly see everything. My eyes are just opened like a reformed disciple of oh. It looks like a penis and balls.
You want to try? You want to try something saying something PC right now?
No.
Just saying, from in here, it looks hella pissed.
What does that mean?
I'm sure that is not right in the slightest.
What are you telling me? Where are you?
Just come in here. Come to this side and look at that.
That is really wrong.
Look at that.
What's happening here? I don't know what's happening here. I just can't. Only this one I can't do. It's impossible. Everything was perfectly fine. Suddenly there's one that is absolutely impossible.
How about you start by going all the way along the bottom?
Yeah, he said bottom. Romina. Niet godverdomme zeggen. That is such a bad word.
Okay, how about you start by going all the way around the bottom edge, because there's I'll get there eventually. I'll say it in English. There's minimal curvature. So you're only dealing with the circle. You're not dealing with the sphere. Then once that entire bottom is done, you can build up from there.
Yep. I still will use the sea lanterns though, because that's so much clearer.
Oh, you can change it in a second afterwards, but yeah, as long as it's easier.
So obviously, for whoever is wondering what the hell is going on, we're having this futuristic spawn, which is holding up a force field. But of course, the normal domes won't look like a force field. So we're trying to, or I am trying to, bring in a pattern, and that will look like a force field much more better. And we're actually under attack by a fire dragon, but it is the fire dragon that actually used to be controlled by the fire faction, and the frost dragon is there as well. So we need to protect the spawn at all costs. And this is where you start. You get your quests, etc. It's going to be absolutely great. And of course,
I think they're more wondering why you've just lost it completely.
It is water, but the water and ice is pretty much the same. How do you mean I lost it? In what world do I lose it ever?
That rhetorical, or you're looking for a list? Would you like it numbered or alphabetical?
They call me Mr. Sanity.
You're missing the in there.
It's all about the money. All about the money. The money. Alright. Look, this side is going so easy. You just see the pattern. The pattern is just revealing itself onto me.
Uh-huh. You sure you're feeling okay?
Mm-hmm. I wonder if I should drink more coffee or just it's working backwards at this point. But
I think you're good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I don't think you need more coffee.
But I suddenly see a beautiful pattern. Everything works. Didn't have that before. And it also helps that I'm actually on the inside now. Sleep. I will sleep when I'm dead. And with the COVID going on, getting there.
And the amount of coffee you're drinking, it'll probably be next Tuesday.
It's actually not that bad. Romina knows. I just pour coffee in, I sniff it 5 times, nip it 3 times, and I just throw it out because it's cold.
That's one thing. I really never drink coffee. So occasionally, when I have lots of it, I go completely loco.
I saw some video on YouTube where somebody drank 2 gallons of coffee and he did not make it, I think.
He did not make it as in he died?
He died, yes, because they everything shut down.
And then Logan Paul took a photo next to his body, yeah?
Probably. No, I watched this medical guy, Chim something, and he actually reviews reports of people dying and why and what happened, like extreme cases. And he's really soothing to listen to. It just makes you question everything. But
Cause of death: being a dumbass, drinking 5 gallons of coffee.
2 within a certain time frame.
What is the lethal dose of coffee?
Yeah, your body needs to break it down because I kind of forgot what he said. He was talking. I just like his voice, not what he said.
Yeah, I mean, coffee overdose is quite rare because the amount of caffeine you'd have to drink. Okay, so let's see. The lethal dose of caffeine for most people is about 10 grams, although this varies from person to person. A cup of coffee has around 100 to 200 milligrams of coffee. The lethal dose, you'd have to drink about 30 of them, probably.
Yeah.
Not to mention that if you actually start drinking that, the acute symptom of caffeine toxicity, which kicks in before the lethal dose, includes diarrhea and vomiting. So, okay, so I think we found out very difficult to actually kill yourself with coffee.
He started sweating at first, I remember again. And the thing is, your brain has all these repressants, and coffee disables those. So especially when you don't have the feeling that you need to go to sleep, these are all signals that normally activate when your body needs sleep, etc. And because he was using so much caffeine, he was actually disabling all kinds of the depressants, which caused like entire body functions to just entirely open up to all the wrong kind of things. I don't know exactly how it worked. His body couldn't stabilize anymore in any way. He couldn't. The signals were all mixed out.
Yeah, thinking 2 liters is still okay because let's see, a cup is normally defined as 200 milliliters. So in order to drink 30 of them, you'd have to drink 6 liters. So if you drink 1.5 gallons of coffee for Americans, or 6 liters for everybody else in the world, that's the lethal dose.
Over which time period?
Oh, we have to drink it and then be absorbed all in one. So, well, I reckon it's got to be over an hour or 2 tops. Like after that, it starts to run through your system slightly.
That makes sense. The coffee then, like, yay, coffee, and like, oh yeah, Ramina knows everything. But imagine.
Oh, yeah, but there is one. There is a coffee I got for a friend in America called Death Wish coffee.
Okay.
Supposedly the strongest coffee you can buy.
It just tastes like the wrong kind of espresso to me.
No, it probably does. I'm trying to see what's the caffeine in it. So it's 59 milligrams per fluid ounce. Okay, so a fluid ounce, you have 16 fluid ounces in 350 milliliters. So a cup is roughly 8 to 10. So 10. Okay, so it's about 3 times stronger than normal coffee. So you don't need to drink 2 liters of the stuff.
You can kill yourself much faster.
You can, yes, but that's still 2 liters. Have you ever tried to like drink 2 liters in one go, just of water or anything?
No, I don't like drinking liquid.
What, you prefer drinking solid?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. So that's drinking 2 liters in one go is hard enough. I mean, technically it's possible, but there are a lot easier ways to go about doing it.
Am I around yet? Oh my god, kill me. That was not an invitation, Cozy.
Bollocks. Put away the machete. We'll get him next time.
All right. Yeah, this part is really hard. No comment on that. Please. Please don't respond to that. Why would I drink spaghetti? I'm not really pasta fan. I mean, I eat it, I like it. But then I'm like, okay, enough pasta for at least a week.
The thing about all the carbohydrates, I think pasta's my favorite one. Your rice, bread, all those together.
Oh no, I love to make like something with beans and bacon or something. I don't really eat that much pork because I don't believe in pork much. But I do love the bacon. I just can't stop eating it.
You don't believe in pork.
But the bacon
exists.
But I just warm up like 4 tortillas or something and just wrap it in there. Or I make some kind of soup, but then a very thick soup, and then I also make tortillas and I just scoop it out like that. I love doing that so much. Or tacos or whatever. I like that.
But you don't believe in bacon. You don't believe in pork.
No, or
You just don't believe in it.
It's just not good. Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me windy, I suppose. I don't digest pork too easily.
Oh, that's fair. Some people have those problems. One of the scariest things I know about is a tick. It's a type of tick that if it bites you, you can become allergic to red meat. You're talking all red meat.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, that would be really.
Oh,
What?
Fucking terrifying that is.
I think of all the meats, the chicken is by far the most meat I consume.
It was a very versatile one. which I suppose has a lot of benefits to it.
Or Turkey, yeah. I like doing it like this. And we have this little beautiful net in the bottom already. And soon I'll be at orange. Sorry. That was my self-satisfied laugh.
Okay. Can I be worried now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were looking at for a few builders earlier. Like anyone but Cozy though. And but I think we can get quite far together.
Theon with some interesting facts there. Yeah, I did hear about that, but I don't think it was your bloodstream. I think it just gets injected in, then comes out your skin. You can kill them by putting Vaseline over the spot. It suffocates them out.
Ew. Can they just put them on like a cancer growth or something? Like
That's not how cancer works.
I don't know. I wasn't a doctor when I went to school. Actually, I wasn't much when I went to school.
Okay, so that can go up there.
I was listening to Billie Eilish earlier, so I was thoroughly depressed.
I've never been a fan.
I kind of like
Heard
it
her a lot. I mean,
as a background music. It is really calming.
well, I'm not really. I don't need music to help me be calm, so I enjoy putting more energetic or swingy music on. Not sort of the loud, not really loud, but things with a beat, a melody, some sort of up tempo. Like an awful lot of 80s stuff, but also enjoy putting on the Rat Pack in the background. Just something a bit more upbeat. I suppose that's why I'm ice, you're fire.
Well,
No
no,
difference there.
that is actually usually I listen to. Oh, this is not going well. Much wilder music like Rammstein or something. The German powerhouses. And metal-like music, but only when I need something done or something on my work. But when I'm calm, I really prefer the soothing melodies of the world. And anything German is good music, to be honest.
Oh, I quite like putting on different types of music, especially when I can't actually understand the words, because it makes a change. It means you don't need to worry about the lyrics. You can just focus on how much you like the sound.
That'd be true. Yes, though. Oh, I think Tava was talking to me. This will be the biggest and most powerful power grid ever.
Well, if you can manage to get the if you manage to get the pattern right,
What?
you must construct additional pylons.
The pattern is looking really good now. The bottom one. I don't know. I still kind of like the sea lanterns, especially now. Now it's much bigger area. It looks like a net just covered over it. Especially from this angle. One day it will be complete and the world will cheer at this sheer architectural wonder. And I will be among those who call themselves wonders of the world.
Well, they're going to be scratching their heads, let's be honest.
No, that's not good. Whatever you're doing now, stop it. Fool. Fool of a took.
Well, you could have told me before I got most of the way done, because if I stop it now, it'd be a bit wasted.
Oh my. Normally I just calmly build and build and build, and then suddenly I get these the disruptive spikes that just makes me click whatever and just destroy anything on my path. I'm not sure what's going on there, but they can take quite some time. Psychiatrist? No.
Well, you tried a psychiatrist once, they ran out screaming.
Yeah. It was actually, well, when I was like 10 years younger or something, I had a moment that I lost a job and I really enjoyed. And was actually working for Apple, repairing. And I had the worst colleague, a German one. Because not only all the good music comes from Germany, all the bad people come from Germany. And, no, just
Austria.
And I lost the job because I got so mad at him because he always wanted to. Well, he was always telling everyone about everyone and whatever everyone that did wrong, and also to the boss, etc. So you never had a chance to defend yourself because the story was already such stretched out. So I threw a very heavy stapler to his head, made out of metal.
Did you at least get him in the head?
No, but I did get a very, 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 very expensive iMac in the head. So I lost my job there.
Yeah. I mean, if you got him in the head, that might have been worth it, but yeesh.
And yeah, that made me... I wasn't depressed, I just didn't want to work anymore. There was like nothing on this planet that could make me work. So therefore they were like, okay, maybe you need some help mentally. But I just needed some time, like a year or so, to game and have fun and do whatever I wanted. And I think that's a good age for it as well. And after that I was fine. It was just like, let's find a new job, no problem.
Preferably one without really expensive iMacs on the side.
No. Just make sure you're in the right place when you throw the stapler this time. Oh, I am highly aggressive. Fool. You think I'm a nice little puppy? I am destruction and death. No, I just enjoy chaos. Wait, this is going wrong. Oops, I did.
You want to try this again? It was like you got taken in front of the judge, and he asked you, "Well, what have you learnt from this?" And you reply, "Well, next time, don't miss."
Definitely. I think there's way too much good in this world.
Okay, note to self: if the apocalypse happens, don't go near Reaper.
You need balance. You need to balance the chaos and the good, because people are getting so weak lately. Like mentally, they're all unstable, and you need to be like me, totally enjoying the chaos. I enjoyed the chaos of a pandemic. Like my boss was totally stressing out today, about, oh my god, because we're going back in lockdown and you guys have to work home, but there's like 2 interns coming and you have to train them and we can't have this, so you have to work here, but then the others have to go home. And I'm totally groveling in his pain.
Reveling.
Well, whatever.
That's the word you're looking for.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah, like everyone is so stressed out, and I'm like, you guys are weak.
Yes, another week where I can work without pants. Perfect.
Baba arrived. Instantly cozy pant. Love it. Yeah. See?
That has to be some sort of record. Yeah, it does feel like if it was sort of the end of the world, you'd be the person in charge of Barter Town. You know, the one sending out bounty hunters against to try and catch the person who has the last Bible or something, or something like that. You'd be the one organizing the zombie cage fights.
That is exactly why I love Fallout, etc. so much. It's like such a free world where you just don't have to abide by the system. You can just absolutely...
You can be an asshole.
Yeah, and it is okay to be an asshole. No, I won't be an asshole, but I just like... What do you mean, your feelings? I don't give a fuck. That kind of asshole. I mean, this is all about me, this life, yeah? Something like that?
Maybe. Whew. Oh, speaking of that, I think that if there was a zombie apocalypse or anything like that, the best thing to do, as far as I can figure out, is make your way to the Isle of Man. Because if you clear that of zombies, it's got a population of about 10,000. So realistically, you could probably clear that of zombies, and then you're within boating distance of the mainland. You're pretty safe. You can re-establish society over there.
How do you?
The weather's a bit shite, but that's easy. Because right now I'm in London. Like I just need to get out of London, which I needed to cross about a kilometre, get to the Thames, hijack a boat, and then just go that way. My God, I wouldn't go overland.
So this is a totally selfish plan, where you don't include me. Okay, go. Okay.
Oh, you're just on the other side. You can get a boat from where you are and head to the Isle of Man. Like, you just come in from the south, I come in from the north.
Well, it's a bit an Isle of Zombie then. Shit. Yeah, I would enjoy a zombie apocalypse. I think that's one of the better apocalypses for me. Just
as long as they don't run.
Just give me a weapon, yeah. If it goes wrong,
okay,
whatever.
Walkers, yeah. The walking zombies, the one that shuffle about, not too bad, because you can stay ahead of them. Sure, they don't tire. You can take your time. You only get captured if you tend to split up, and then you have trouble. But it's the ones that run, like, yeah, no thanks. That will require effort to survive, and I don't think I can do that.
This is not going well. Again, this part. What is wrong with me?
It seems like... hang on. It seems like you've squatted them out a bit. Seems like they've got wider. Yeah, they have definitely got wider, Reaper. Just take a step back. Come back a bit or two. You've definitely made them wider.
Yeah, but that's the other side as well. I don't make them wider. I connect the corners to each other. 3, the diagonal, and the 3 vertical. That's all I've been doing. But the screen is stretching wider. And you can also count the blocks in between, like 1, 3, 5.
Yeah, no, but
7, 7, 7, 5, 3, 1.
Yeah. Suppose it works, but I know. I see the problem is you got the 2 things in the middle, and then it's it just looks so different. It will look better, I think, when everything's filled in.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one almost needs to be wider.
I'm just working on building the spawns. I've started to make some water pipes that go around everywhere. At least on this side.
So it's the broadest point that's gonna probably not get the 135.777.531 part. But it's just gonna be 0.6 something. That's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, the 135.775.1 is on the bottom. Everything will curve round. You might even end up going something like a 246 at the top. Just depends on what you can pull together.
Yeah, because they'll be much more compact. We'll see. Yep. That is true. What Kosi said, there's like 2 dragons, and you have 2. Well, we start with 2 factions. You have the ice faction, of the water faction, and the fire faction, and they have these these coils up, and these coils, they are keeping the shield up to protect against the dragons. Dragons are the same element, but they are spawned by the 3rd faction, the shadow faction, or maybe the other faction, maybe the stone faction, whatever, and they are now trying to destroy the base camp, the spawn camp. So we have to keep the shields up. That will be your mission. But the setting, despite having dragons, since the dragons are, well, they are not bound to time, the settings need to be really futuristic. So the whole buildings are really futuristic, like oh, look, that's beautiful. Like Halo or something, you know? Like it's really in the future. So everything is really futuristic. So the shield is a force field. It's not it's an elemental force field, but it's a force field all the same. So that's why we pull up like the plates.
Yeah, the idea being a sort of dichotomy while both factions are at war with each other to gain resources, standing, and so on. Maybe to colonize this world, and maybe the colonies came down and they awakened dragons. Well, normally they'd fight against each other, and they probably will fight against each other in the map and whatnot and in events. When they woke up these ancient beasts, powered by not only science but probably just magic, they need to work together in order to make sure they're safe. So it's sort of, do I kill this bloke from the red faction, or do I let him complete the force field bit he's building? Because if I kill him, then the blue faction gets stronger. But if I do too much damage, then the entire force field will collapse and we'll die to the dragons. And then there's probably the stone faction, which, well, we haven't figured out yet. Or earth, as it were. Because we've got the water/air dragon. We've got the hell/fire dragon. That's the ones currently attacking the spawn.
Yeah, and I was just trying to show you an image. Meep. Boop. This is the shield's gonna be. So it needs to be, you see these panels? That's how we imagine the shield to be.
Nothing to do with Got Work today, Cornelia. We just decided to have a silly, well, a relaxed stream where we've talked about some weird things. I blame Reaper.
No, we're not talking about weird things. True, we're very weird things today.
Probably be back with Gotwick later in the week, though. We can't escape it.
Because that's all you guys want to see. No, just kidding. Wait, I have a
Yeah, you ask, we oblige. But we wanted to get a bit of Minecraft, and seeing as we're building it, we might as well stream it. Although, I think now there are some people questioning our sanity because of our conversation topics. But, hey, could be worse. Help me out here, Reaper. I'm trying to think about how it could
had
be worse.
the worst
I'm coming with nothing.
deja vu ever. Like we have already done this in the past. I like this. Now we're like pumping the water from the earth, of course, because water doesn't just appear up there.
Yeah, I'm just building some things around. Ideally, we're going to have the pipes sort of go everywhere, around the back, the top. Same with the
Yeah,
lava,
that was
but it adds a little bit
exactly.
of difference there.
That's exactly what I wanted. I was just wanting a massive pipe system everywhere.
Because of course everything has to be taken up to the elemental chambers to power the force field, and I like the coloring you've managed to do, where they end up, the elements get taken out.
Yeah.
And
I was
put into the
thinking
force
about
field.
the force field, the key holders that we dropped them a little bit. They're a bit sticking out, but that's just simple things. I did copy this one, so the stairs are, of course.
Yeah, we can shift it a bit quickly. Yeah. Ramin is saying, Fringlish, we don't really question your sanity anymore. Too late for that. Well, there's no point questioning something that's inevitable.
Like the zombie apocalypse.
Well, no, the question is the zombie apocalypse going to start first, or are we going to kill the Earth with pollution? What do you think is going to be the first one?
The Earth will always prevail. It will find a way.
It won't be a problem for... Yeah, it won't be a problem for Earth. The question is, will it be a problem for us?
That definitely, yeah.
Probably.
But we are not the Earth. We don't own the Earth. The Earth will discard us if we become too problematic. And that's why the zombie apocalypse comes in. That was a very difficult word, sorry.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what
I believe you said apocalypse.
No, it was a poke. Never mind. Oh, I'm so annoying when I'm Minecraft. Oh, I have all this floating brain capacity just there, doing nothing. Because I don't need that much to make the force field. Well, I could use some more sometimes, but...
Yeah, that explains why you have to keep on destroying it and starting it again.
Hey, it's going pretty well now. I almost done.
It is actually. You've nearly gone around the bottom of the half of the force field.
Yeah, and then I first do the orange as well. Oh, in the middle I
suppose question is, after you do this, or after you do that half, wouldn't it be easy just... Why don't we copy, flip it, and paste it, and then change the colours around for the other half?
You are literally taking the fun out of this for me, isn't it? It is easier though.
Well, I'll leave you to do it. Yeah, no, I was just thinking, but if you did copy and paste it, you'd also copy the buildings.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Which, yeah, well, I suppose that could work. You'd have to change everything again and redo the steps.
No. I've done it twice now. I hate it. I'll do the I'll do that. I have time. I have plenty of time. This was an ASMR stream. It's a force field net ASMR stream.
What does ASMR even stand for? Because it seems like it's just people eating Maltesers.
It's just satisfying Minecraft builds. That's the idea. And I didn't want to use any capital letter. I just wanted to be so relaxed, so down to earth.
So instead we talked about how much coffee it takes to kill you and where to get the best one.
The most gibberish, active, energetic stream ever.
Well, we haven't started singing yet, so I suppose that's a win.
Okay, thank you, Baba. Do one more mute for me, and then we're good to go. I'm so mean. No, just kidding. Oh, Cozy, I'm so sorry. You done this to yourself. You know that. You have had so much chances, and every time, again and again, you manage to insult one of the mods on the most horrible way possible. And we're like, we like you a lot, but why? Why? You were supposed to be already VIP. You were supposed to be admin, mod, everything. Instead, you just keep making sure that everyone is like, no, we don't like him. I don't know why.
Oh, Star Wars springs to mind there. Why, you were the chosen one!
Yeah, you were the chosen one.
Why, Anakin?
It's because it is important. It is important that we have a very fun and good community that really likes each other and don't just bully each other, etc. And if we don't, then we have to take any measurement possible to make sure we retrieve this. Because we also have a pretty mature audience. The Godwin community is pretty. If I see the ages of my viewers, it's mainly between 30 and 40. So I can't just have all this random stuff going on. I just want to keep everything friendly and mature. Except myself, I'm the eternal child.
So basically, there's only room for one, eh?
Yep. Raimi. She's like active as hell, and her mother hates her because every time her mother wants to sleep, she's gonna try to keep her awake and whatever. But the moment the mother is outside, she just sleeps like a baby. Cats. Well, isn't this the most quiet moment we had in this entire stream?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out something, so I didn't talk for a while.
We need a new
I couldn't
subject.
quite get it matched up.
Romina.
We do. I think we've gone over coffee for now.
Romina, give me a subject. Any. Come on. Well, it's actually funny that you say that, because I was listening to the government speech about whatever.
Wait, you were listening to the government?
Yeah, they do this. Well, there's a lot of new things that we can't do anymore, and because of the corona, and they were debating it in the government in the Senate. Romina, I already have the subject. Thank you. And there was they were attacking some minister of climate or something about something, and you could see. That's funny because you can see so easily on people if they know anything about the subject or not, just by the amount of "us" they throw in their sentence. And she was so bad, and I was so annoyed by it, because if you start paying attention to the word or her or or whatever. It's just, I just did it. I did it on purpose, of course. Naturellement. But you just know, you can instantly read on people how much they really know about the subject. So she was entirely oblivious about what she was saying. Just constantly, and I was so annoyed by her. I kind of duplicated myself there. So, as being a public speaker, you must be able to avoid any pause or any subjects where you have nothing to say about as much as possible. And as you can see, me and Fringlish, we barely because we're so incredibly intelligent and know exactly what we want to say.
We are also talking about complete bollocks most of the time, so there is a bit difference there.
That'd be true. I did it again.
One day I will figure out what that accent is, but today probably isn't that day.
Yeah, Cozy. Did you just say, where is my chance? I like Ben Shapiro a lot. If we talk about chances, how many times you got banned and unbanned? How many times?
I think he had a revolving door policy, to be honest. Just went in and out, in and out, in and out. If we had managed to attach a gyro generator to him, we could have powered the entire server. The thing about public speaking, they always do the same advice. You know, if you're nervous about talking to in front of people, just talk about them, or just imagine them in their underwear. And just the response to that, have you seen the politicians? Like, seriously, that would put you off.
I would totally vomit in their face right away. Who gave me this advice? Because to clean up on aisle 5, please.
Oh, brilliant idea. Ugh. Right, now we're going to need therapy.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. But I do... Oh, I said... See, now I'm paying attention to it. I do really focus on people. Because I'm checking some guy out, David J. Phillips. I really like him. He was reviewing PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, and all the others. And he tells really what he thinks about them on a very interesting way. But it's more like he highlights their...
Analytical, or?
Well, he just highlights not their flaws, but what makes them a good public speaker. And that is the thing you learn from. In my opinion.
So you're doing the same thing... You're doing the same thing just to basically improve yourself, to make yourself a better presenter for everybody watching.
That's true.
See, you're doing your research, even in the off time. One thing that did stick with me, recently my sister had graduation. The problem is with COVID, and all that stuff, everything had to be done online, and every single university lecturer or teacher came on, said congratulations to these students, listed the people who graduated, and then it moved on. And it was surprising how bad some of them were speaking to the camera.
Yep.
It was actually quite embarrassing. You had drama teachers who barely made eye contact to congratulations to all the other time. In fact, the best speaker was actually the dean of the university, which was Hillary Clinton.
Okay.
Easily the best public speaker out of them, and that sort of makes sense because she is a very successful politician, barring results and whatnot. She's always in the media attention. But it was surprising the difference it made. Most of the teachers, you couldn't understand what they were talking about. You got the gist because everybody had repeated the same thing, congratulations, but their vision, their prose, their positioning, their tone, their speech, it just made it, you just nodded off. You think these are university lecturers. These are people who have to impart valuable knowledge, create critical thinking, and motivate people. And you can't even sit through 10 minutes without going, Jesus Christ, couldn't you have at least rehearsed it? Yeah. It's for flaming graduation. And this is in front of a camera. It's not like you only had one chance at this. You could do it 4, 5, 6 times, as I know when I'm doing audio recordings. It's not unlikely that I'll do it 4, 5, 6, continually doing the same sentence just to get it right. Because instead of saying, I don't know, I just had a Freudian slip. Instead of saying, my mind's gone completely blank. Well, instead of talking, when I'm talking about the research in GT Arcade, I have a Freudian slip. Instead of talking about research, I could end up talking about something completely different, or flubbing the word. Talking about a research phenomenon. And I have to redo the entire sentence 5 times just to get it right. And these are university lecturers in arts and media and drama and design that can't even speak to a camera.
It's a bloody shame, isn't it? But it is really bad, and I don't want to be that kind of... Because I used to be really shy. I'm going so bad right now. Oh my god. Sorry, I changed to orange, and my whole brain is just... Weird.
You used to be emo.
Oh yeah, I've been that as well for a while. Yeah, such a great time. I never had sex more than in that time.
Oh, and then you got into a relationship, so bye-bye.
Well, you didn't really have relationships there. Yeah, there was boys, girls, anything.
As long as it had a pulse, you weren't too picky.
As long as it was the
Oh, you
president and needed
started.
sex.
You started on the red.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I got more building over here. Trying to fit buildings in with the combined architecture. I'm not sure what we're going to fill them with, but I just think if I can get a couple of buildings made, we can then adapt them to the situation. Right, well, we need another topic now. I think I sort of went on to a rant about the public speaking thing. I was so shocked about it. You can pay thousands and thousands of pounds a year just to go and listen to these people, and they can't rehearse a 30-second video they're making?
Ugh. Sorry, I'm having really trouble with this part for a minute. Okay, let's do it like this. Okay, that's good. I kind of want to make a gate in the bottom, but I don't want exactly the same. They don't really need to fit in each other like that, but they do fit in each other, but different. Yeah, Baba, Tavo is admin. He will trump your power. No, but let's not bully him anymore. Chat, but okay, that was the subject given by Romina called was a really intriguing subject. We shall now ask Tavo for a new subject.
Okay, what we're going to go for then, Taro?
Don't say what done that.
Oh, he's not going to say he's probably going to say or or one of the others. I'm just glad we didn't end up going to the Chinese word for or because that would have definitely got us demonetized, banned, and shut down quicker than we could say
Why?
Okay, I'm going to say this once. The Chinese word that they often say that means or when they're thinking about something, they just walk up, they're talking and they're trying to think, and it goes nega and so on.
Yeah.
So we're not touching that with a barge pole. It's just a natural part of the vocabulary. It just happens to sound like something very offensive in English, but it's a completely different language with a completely different background. Doesn't mean anything close to the same. It's just that there's a finite amount of syllables in the English language. There's a finite amount of syllables everywhere that men can make, and it just happens to be a coincidence. It does mean it was quite something to watch out for if you go over.
Let's never speak Mandarin then. Chinese. Traditional Chinese or whatever.
Well, Tavo says, tell us something about cooking or computer science. Those are two very big and different fields.
Yeah, Tavo, wait, that other blue side looks weird. Well, this is still light white glass, white panels, and I actually started to change to sea lanterns because then I could see the pattern much better myself, especially when the time changes, etc. Which really helped me go a lot faster than I used to.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better now.
Yeah, and we're gonna world edit the crap out of it later, so. What was the subject, sorry?
Oh, something about computer science or cooking, but there's so much to talk about on that one. Too much, even.
Cozy, how about you don't talk about it anymore? Because every time you get unmuted, the first thing is an entire rant about how you not should have been muted. Pam pam pam. Oh, cooking. Yes, cooking. I said Back to Shit. We kind of talked about cooking. I've been programming all day. Oh, that's the third design some customer wants, and he just pays so much money just to get another design for stupid gift shops. And I'm so done with everything they want us to do for them. Because they're the kind of customer that have infinite feature creep. They can't say, okay, let's do this. They have to continuously make changes, and they never release something. And in a way, it's good.
What's feature creep? Yeah, what's feature creep in sort of layman terms? What does that mean?
That means that, okay, you give us a design, we build it for you, and you say, okay, I want this button. And then a week passed, and then you check it. Okay, I want kind of this panel here, and then a week passed, so we deliver it, and it usually takes a week before we get a response. Yeah, we kind of want this and this and this also changed. And that goes on for months and months and months. And all they have to do is actually make a list, what they want changed, release the shop into the air, come back in 4 months and say, hey, we have a list of things we kind of want for the new version. But no, they just won't release the shop into the before it is extremely perfect. And we had once, I made a design for the customer, and the customer was like, no, we want it exactly like one of the brands they're selling for. I said, please don't do that. They won't like that, because they paid tens of thousands of euros for that design. But no, they had to do it. So they actually hired an official designer who made an exact copy of that design. The moment they went live, they got instantly striked by that company. Like, remove this website right now. This is our stolen design. He even had all the CSS stolen from that website, the designer. And I was like, sure, I make it for you. You pay me. I don't care. But you're going to get... It's not your design. You can't just take a design. But it was a very cheap designer who, well, you know how it goes. And now this shop has been going in a feature creep for 3-4 months. They just won't release it. They try to make everything just a little bit different so they can't be struck down, but it's so annoying and I hate it. I hate every second of my life I spent working for them.
It still pays the bills, I suppose, but that means they're continuously making changes, and they don't even have any feedback from their actual clients or anything like that. So what they're doing is they're listening to some sort of, I don't know, probably a marketing specialist somewhere, saying, oh, by the way, you can add this, you can add this, you can add this, and using buzzwords like interconnectivity and synergy, and it's just wasting your time.
And it's just a simple gift shop. Like, literally people just, for Christmas, for example, they have to, they give a code to every employee of a company, the company buys in, and everyone gets 200, 300, 400 points, and they can just spend those points on perfume and soap and all the random crap. So they have like this Christmas gift, but a little bit where they can choose the items instead of just getting
right. More like the occasional Christmas bonus rather than just money. It'll be items.
Yeah.
Sort of a more traditional aspect, but adding in the fact that nowadays most things can be chosen. They thought, why not? Why don't we do it this way?
Yeah, and it has a bonus because you don't work with money. You buy and want, and then you work with points, so you dodge a lot of VAT rules, etc.
Yeah, that too. You also don't have to worry about it. Well, different rules and regulations coming, but that's all that they want, just for the employees.
Yeah.
And they're just basically cocking everything up then.
Yeah, and we're now implanting a custom design per company. So the company can order a shop, and it will be open for literally 2 weeks or something. And then they can just add their own logos and their own colors and everything. And whatever.
So they're looking for an interface, basically. Something that they can use to make an individual thing.
Yeah.
Instead of starting simple, then getting some feedback, finding out what people want, they just say, okay, so we want to change this and this and this, but they have no... It seems a bit stupid, but if it's their money...
And yeah, well, that's the other thing. A lot of companies don't mind spending the money because every money they invest in stuff, they don't have to pay taxes. There's a lot of companies...
Well, that's how you... Yeah.
Yeah, they never pay out. They just keep investing. And it's a good thing, but not on something that will never bear any return, of course.
No, it's very good for investing. However, it can be taken to extreme limits. It's how Amazon avoids paying tax. Do you know how that works?
Not entirely. I just know that Jeff Bezos is one of the richest people on Earth.
Yeah, okay. So basically how it works, anybody can really do this if they have a company to avoid paying tax. It's just hard to get away with it if you're not really rich because people would throw the book at you. The problem is with Amazon and Jeff, they employ enough people and they're rich enough to buy a small country, so people don't really want to push it that much because of how much they can destabilize everything. But what they do is they create a business somewhere with 0% corporate tax, like the Caymans. And what this business does is it buys the rights to a name. So this second business could be called Jeff.com or Jeff Enterprises. Now what Jeff does is it buys the naming rights to Amazon. So if anybody wanted to make something with Amazon, they have to pay Jeff.com to use it. So if they make Amazon books, if they make an Amazon website, they need to pay Jeff. Now what Amazon does as a company is they get all the profits. So they make £1 billion worth in profits this year. Then what Jeff.com does is Jeff says, okay, to use our name this year, it's going to cost you £1 billion. So that means Amazon, in order to use the Amazon name, needs to pay Jeff.com £1 billion just to use the name. So technically they don't make any profit because all the profit they've made, they've had to give away to the company that owns the name. Yeah. And then Jeff.com, because they're registered in the Caymans, it's just an intellectual property. So it's not like it has to pay tax on the workers or on the sales that are in the country. It doesn't pay any of that tax. It just gets all the money in. And the owner of Jeff.com is, of course, Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. So he's paying himself the £1 billion so the government can't take any of it. Because technically it's investing.
I just always wondered, when you're a massive company, you already provide so much workforce for the country, but you also pay so incredible much tax. And you're like, isn't that unfair to small companies and individuals? Is that a really anti-popular belief, what I'm saying right now? But
what are you saying?
That one company that is really successful has to pay billions of tax, even though it also provides workforce and more.
Well, it's not the fact of paying billions, it's the fact of paying proportional. So a small company has one employee, has to pay the 20% tax because it's a self-employed company. A big company might have 1,000 people, but it's still only 20% tax. So it's just proportional, or it should be. But the big companies have so many ways of squealing away money that it often doesn't end up having to pay anything.
Yeah,
at least it pays a lot less. So it's a lot harder for the small companies. Although, should we point out, most people, if they can, try and do some self-employed work somewhere, so you can write things off as self-employed. One of the best jobs I did was technically as a self-employed kitchen consultant. I did that for 2 months. The reason I did that is because then I charged basically 6 or 7 suits as tax exemptions, so I didn't have to pay tax that year because of all the equipment I bought to do my company work. But that's what the big companies do, just in bigger steps, as it were.
Yeah. But you're always self-employed, or
I still have that going, technically. So as long as I have some income from that work, I can claim business expenses. If I need to take a client out to lunch, technically that's a business expense. If I need a new suit or a new tie, technically that's presentable for business expense. If I'm a self-employed chef, if I buy a load of knives and silicone mats and things like that, that can always be a business expense. Now, that doesn't mean it's free stuff. It just means that you don't end up paying the tax on it. And if you're a small enough company, you can also get a VAX rebate.
okay, you will do our taxes later.
Oh, yeah, we'll just have to create an account in the Caymans and then register the Forgotten Games brand in there, and we'll charge ourselves, or however much we make on YouTube, which I think this month is about £3.50.
What? Per day, maybe. Okay. Yeah, it's going decent. I kind of want, because I have plans, of course, with all this, that I don't want to keep working 40 hours a week. I want to work less and less each year, so I can spend more and more time on YouTube as well. And that's the idea, but I don't want to do it too fast because that's going to backfire like mad.
Slow and steady wins the race, eh?
And I definitely want to do, actually, because I've been doing a lot of programming work, etc. I like it because it's intellectual in a way, but I really rather, for my own health, want to do physical work, even if it's just 20 hours a week. So I don't have to waste my precious time in the gym, etc. a lot, and I can just actually exercise while doing work, even if it pays a little bit less. That's also something I really want.
What do you think physical work means?
I don't care. Like literally order picking in a massive warehouse where I just have to sprint 25 kilometers per day.
Do you mean physical work?
Yeah, physical work.
Right. Do you know what fiscal means?
Oh, no, not physical. Physical.
Yeah.
You thought...
I was a bit confused there. Oh, why would working for the government, especially in taxes, be physically demanding?
Well, your words all look the same. We have extra in every
Yeah, but
word.
that's fiscal and physical. Physical starts with a ph and has an extra syllable. Like, there's a lot of difference in between that.
Actually, there's no difference. You have a PH and an F, and they sound exactly the same.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Sometimes. But it's physical and fiscal. And so you prefer to work for Amazon in a warehouse?
Yeah, just a portion of the week. Not. Of course, I don't mind if it's a bit higher up than the average, so I can. I don't know.
No, I mean, I have done menial labor like that before. There is something to be said with it, because when you're working on it, it's amazing. It's just time off for your brain.
Yeah.
You've had work. I've worked as a commie chef before. I mean, I normally work as a section chef or as a sous chef. But just working as a commie chef, it's just amazing how much you don't have to think about anything. You're just sitting there, you're chopping, or you're walking, you're shifting, you're cutting up, and you know what to do, so you're not stressing anywhere. Instead, you can think about things, you can plan stuff. You don't need to think too hard. So it's amazing how liberating it can be.
I was in charge of in a massive music store. I was in charge of doing all the. Well, it's actually a one-man part of the warehouse, doing all the shipping to returns department. So everything that's broken, etc., came in my little department, where I was lord and master, and I would then make sure everything went to the right supplier, etc. And it had a lot of work on the computer, of course, doing the administration, but it also had simple arbeid like sealing pallets and stacking them, just a few times a day, but also just receiving all the items and putting them at the right places for the suppliers, etc. And it was so... That was the most perfect job I've ever had, because some part of the day you're just working like any useful laborer, and some parts you were really have to use your brain. But you felt so fit, so physically able, and I was a lot stronger back then, and I actually weigh a lot less back then. So yeah, it paid less, but it was perfect. Hello, JQ, how you doing?
Hello, JQ.
Okay.
Right, so we went over. I think we went a bit over cooking and computer programming there, mainly on work. So, you got anything more to say on that, or do we need another subject to talk about?
Yeah, we need a new subject. JQ's here, so why don't you toss us a subject, please?
Talk about anything. We've talked about some random shit so far. While I'm getting that, Reaper, entertain them. I need some tea.
Oh, how dare you. I have iced tea. Does that count as tea?
Yeah, that still counts. But I still need some. So I'll be back in a second.
He'll be back in a second while I make the most beautiful power grid ever created in our greatest dome that will hold up the dragons who are emerging, the fire dragon from the pits of hell and the frost dragon from the mountains. Oh, Fortnite. Okay, I'll wait with that until Fringlish is back from tea break. And deep silence engulfed in the nothingness of this world. First of all, that's Saturday. Second of all, I would never touch Fortnite with a... It's such an annoying game. You know, the thing with Fortnite, you have to play it a lot to get good at it. Just like League of Legends, etc. And I don't have the time to get good at it. Because the commands, the keys just need to be permanently engraved in your brain to make it work. On the other hand, JQ tends to show up in the weekends and tends to sit behind my computer and tends to play Fortnite while my Discord is still open. How's that? And that makes everyone, like, literally, the amount of comments I'm getting, like, you play Fortnite, what the fuck, noob, is legendary. It's not a bad game. It's overhyped with the wrong guys, that's for sure. Oh well. Everyone his own. There. Of course I blame it on JQ. If you have someone to blame things on, you just have to use that God-given gift. Oh, I think that's...
I heard God-given gift. Are you guys talking about me again?
Now, he tossed a subject Fortnite, and then it came to be about that every Saturday to Sunday, people see me play Fortnite. And usually, it is JQ who conquered my Iron Throne and took hold of my PC and leaves my Discord on, and then plays Fortnite all night long because social. And
Fortnite's a rather interesting subject because Americans don't actually have Fortnite. In the UK, that means 2 weeks. A fortnight has been used as a term for 2 weeks ever since the 17th century, and which is why it's quite confusing the fact that they don't have it. It refers to half a lunar cycle as well.
okay,
So that's fortnight.
we were talking about the game though, so you just yeah, but are you utterly confused the crap out of the chat right now? A
Good, then my work here is done.
But yeah, Fortnite, nice. Twerking 4K subs is deleting the channel, I think, and 5K was face cam.
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Wait, how can you delete the channel at 4K and then at 5K?
That's
go for
why.
face cam?
That's why. That's why. No, I wanted to do something fun. If I ever reveal, I don't know why, because it's not about me. If I'm not good enough the way I am right now, then fuck you all. And second of all, I would probably just make an enormously fun video, informative video, on Comic-Con or something really fun where I go to, and then just shoot a video there. Where I
Oh, that's the point. Yeah, we could both go and see us both at the same time. We need to get you a mask or something.
I have plenty of masks. They're called Corona masks.
Oh yeah, that works.
Oh yeah, we can just
I think.
mouthpiece. So yeah.
Yeah, could do a big reveal. I'll go to Comic-Con or just go incognito, and then the video comes up later, and people who were there just notice. Oh, hang on.
Who is this? Well, if we go to AnimeCon, we can just cover ourselves again. And go as Power Rangers or something.
Quite different. I've noticed with the Power Rangers, they're an awful. They're a skinny bunch. I mean, most of the anime characters are quite skinny. They're not like 2 feet across like I am.
You're calling me fat? Oh, yourself. Yeah,
No, yeah. No, I'm saying my shoulders are pretty damn wide. Right? I used to play prop in rugby, or front row, so needs sort of like berserker characters or something.
Okay, we go as Game of Thrones characters.
Hey, we're from the north, eh? Well, where are you from then? Dawn? I suppose I'll have to be from the north. You be a Dothraki, maybe?
No, well, in my current state, I can easily go as Robert Baratheon. No, I'm just kidding.
Not a Pentoshi Noble or anything? You're going for Robert Baratheon is sort of fuck that, fuck this.
Yeah, spore hunting. I think I have to take these. Sorry, I'm kind of at a confusing point again in my life.
I saw the videos you have on YouTube on the unlisted. I doubt you're that heavy now.
Did you wait? I think I removed a bunch.
No, yeah, but I didn't make them live. You still have Chris's boring life up there.
Yeah, I used to sing and I couldn't sing, but somebody wanted to ask me to make some songs, and I sung for her, and then I think I deleted them after because it was so horrible. I just don't have the breath control to sing. I just sound like a choking goat or something. So I had to delete those. And
Well, surely everybody has a song at least that they're semi-competent at, one that they sing a lot.
yeah, I used to be grunting and screaming. That went absolutely perfect.
Grunting?
Yeah, of course.
What the heck is a grunting?
A grunting, that is like what death metal bands do.
Oh,
That
grunting.
Grunting. Yeah. That's funny.
I owe you. All that stuff.
Whatever destroys your voice the fastest.
Yeah. I can semi-do crooner songs or lower pitch, lower tone ones, but I can't do a lot of modern pop songs. I am useless at those. They just sing too high for me. I run out of breath too quickly trying to do them.
Oh well, we all have our curses.
All right. So what was the topic we got given by JQ? 'Cause I think I missed all of that.
No, Fortnite, the game.
Oh yeah. So what was the topic given by JQ? Instead of
Ignore mode. Yeah.
I can understand the attraction behind it. It's a very cartoon. I think Fortnite was so popular because it's. Did you play TF2 back in the day?
Wait,
Do you play Team Fortress 2 at all?
no.
It's just the cartoon violence you get there. It's therapeutic, really is.
Oh, maybe I played it once a little bit. I can't remember. I remember the name. Was it with all the explosions?
Oh, there are explosions. Definitely, it depends if you took Demo Man, which is a black Scottish Cyclops. But yeah, the Team Fortress 2 had the sort of the cartoon violence. Not to mention the team-based aspect. I think it worked very well in the market. I mean, it's annoying as hell, and I think the player base definitely needs some adjustment, at least in some cases. But I can understand its popularity. It's not my cup of tea. It's not really a game I look for, or even the type of game. But I can definitely see why people like it so much.
I see. Okay, I've been building up a little bit.
Just a bit. I'm working around here.
Yeah, let me see what you've been cooking up there. Fire has been neglected a little bit at this point.
Oh well, I'm working on this quarter first. Then I can do a bit of fire and so on. Just trying to work around things. I've been making buildings. I'm not sure what we're going to use them for, but I'm trying to keep to the same architectural style you started with a big one, and then working the pipe around it.
I like everything. Yeah, we I kind of want to keep most shops, etc. here. I mean, it seems like we don't, but we have more room than you think, because we can go up as well. We can easily fit shops here.
I'm trying to keep them sort of that walkway be the highest thing. I don't want to go too high because you want to see the beacons, but we also don't need a lot of space because we're going to have the chicken shops, so they don't need a lot in order to give you what you need.
Yes, and I want to hollow out the middle with the letters, which also will provide massive space for shops or something. Or maybe make that the main quest room or something, I don't know yet.
Yeah, not to mention with the portal system we have, we can make sort of magical elevators that will take you up to the different floors. I mean, it will take a while to navigate around everywhere, but I think the point is you have different shops everywhere else, and we can sell different things in different locations. It's not like we need a blue and a red one.
No, true, and where you have the factions probably sell different stuff.
Yeah, you can have the faction specialties. For example, blue might have better armor, but red has better weapons, and so on.
And you can't get water at the fire front.
Well, that's for true. That's true. That's for sure.
Yeah, Tavo, we need something with NPCs. I know these are NPCs in a way, chickens, but we need. I once played a Hexit. Hexit? Techit? No, Hexit. Something with Hex.
Hexit is a type of Tekkit pack, yes.
And we could make entire MMORPGs there. They could do everything.
Oh, with the Hexit, I believe you could play as dwarf or elf, and they even changed your size in the game.
Yeah, but no, it was NPCs. They could give quests, and you had a journal and everything, and you could create the quests for them, with them, and you could just make entire World of Warcraft, for example. And I want that. And it must be all server-side, because people must be able to join with the normal installation.
It's all order there. I mean, we're starting the basics. It's just going to be a plain Minecraft server with some quest elements, I suppose, events.
Solonis, hello.
But we'll see what people can build.
Yeah, I could do this. That's what I want.
Okay, so Yeah, here's a plugin with NPC. Can't do it yet, but we can add it soon.
I know you doubted me, Tavo. I know. You doubted me. You wasn't sure I could do it. Look at how far we've come, my baby.
How are we looking? Oh, that is quite far. Holy crap.
It is remarkable
Yeah.
how easy it becomes when you're have done it a lot, and also when you're just talking and you just go.
Well, we need another subject then. To increase your productivity.
We will see what happens at the top. Well, you know, there can only be one at the top.
Might end up just going into smaller segments up to the top. Diagonal net or something. Well, we'll see. Whatever you come up with. I'm sure it will be amazing.
Yeah, well, I was a lot farther with blue earlier. You can still see the shape. But I did wrong. I made him oopsie halfway, so I had to remove it. Basically, they are the same size, but you actually use a flat block. So instead of connecting the corners, you just connect the direct side. It's different. Okay. Yeah, this is one example right away.
Ah, I didn't notice the cracked blocks. I may have to change some things around.
Oh my god.
I was trying to match your architectural style as close as I could, but then I'm finding things such as the cracked blocks and other stuff that I haven't used.
No, you just make a selection and you do replace and then the brick block, and then you can do like 75% the same brick block and 25% crack. That's how I did it. So I just
right. So I just need to do it with normal brick blocks, and then
yeah, you can
we
just
can do added extras afterwards.
like I kind of forgot how it was. Bricks, dark stone. Oh, it was blackstone.
Okay, world edit is definitely something you need when doing big builds. Just the amount of versatility in it, especially making that chasm where the dragon is. If it wasn't for world edit, that would have taken far too long. Even with world edit, it was a pain. I tell you what, Kelsey, now that you're unbanned for the next 5 minutes, probably, do you want to give us a topic?
That'll be the easy command with 2 slashes.
Oh yeah, that's plenty, isn't it? Well, it's easier than the rest, so I suppose it's not too bad.
Oh, it's actually wrong because I forgot the 25% in front of cracked. But yeah, it works pretty much. What do you mean how Iroh died last KVK? Did I ever die? Oh, it's almost KVK again.
Yeah. What is dead may never die, but comes back stronger and full of holes.
Look, I don't care anymore because I don't lose that much troops. I did lose about 500,000 Royal Cavalry. I like how my army is now. A little bit over 2 million. I can just do whatever. And nobody can... The entire fear of losing your entire army is just pretty much gone. You have Ironbreaker, Fulgor Lock, and someone else. You just throw your army in there. And you shelter 500k Royals. And then you have one little rally left, which you can just send which whatever, and then they just can hit you whenever they want, and you're empty anyway. It's beautiful. The what N3O wanted, that everyone had at least 12 million troops. Well, they can't even do it at this rate. The game is already doing it, upgrading faster, then they can build armies, because now they can just one-shot 12 million armies without any problem with their 2 million army size.
Yeah, it's no longer a protection to have the 12 million.
Yeah.
It's no longer a protection. You're better off having 0 castles, except the big rally leaders. It's only in those instances does it actually help.
Yeah, you need the stats to back it up. They will empty your castle with... Well, they lose the first battle maybe, but then they just go so fast and you won't have a front line. It's just, in the current state the game is in, you cannot have 12 million and still be stuck on 300% attack, etc. That's just nothing.
I mean, I think one of the best things is to have maximum 3 million. And the reason 3 million is because that's the most you can take to AC and all those others.
Yeah. Gonna miss the troops last AC, that's absolutely true. But other than that, just stay empty. Stay empty.
I was talking about in chat, Casey. But we still need another subject because we've ended up talking about Game of Thrones again.
Something is wrong. Yeah, I have to go up. This is 3. This is 3. I have this one to go up to. It's so hard. It's so hard. Yeah, this part is getting so much harder. It's doable if you focus.
I wonder if there's something like invisible light sources that we could put places like that. Because an awful lot of these buildings, they should really be lit up so people can see them a lot easier. But I can't help thinking that the normal Minecraft torches or even lanterns would ruin the aesthetic somewhat.
That's the only thing I have. Sea lanterns. They have their own light source. Subscribe to Fringlish channel. He whispers some creepy stuff.
Well, they are called creepypastas.
That's how the younger generation views your creepypasta.
Theon is asking, let's talk about Lucifer. I think he means Lucifer with the autocorrect.
The show? I love it.
I haven't seen a lot of the show. I've seen a couple of episodes. I've been meaning to watch it more.
That's blasphemy. Lucifer's life. I need to fix this. And this is not gonna fix it.
Maybe you're talking about the show?
Yeah, the show, I need to fix it. No, I was talking about the dome. Oh yeah, Lucifer. Wait, let me quickly read. What do you mean? You watched the entire series, Lucifer, 15 times? Then you must be in love with Tom Ellis.
Can you blame him?
Just like your JQ. That's all he talks about. I would watch Lucifer all the time. Yes, you would. This is becoming really chaotic now. It's just wrong.
Are we talking about... Just to be clear, when we want to talk about that, are you talking about the show or are you talking about the one described in the Book of Job?
It's the show.
Okay. Because I know more about the one described in the Book of Job than I do about the show itself.
You don't like the actor. The only actor that is absolutely perfect.
No, I haven't watched it. I really enjoy the actor, and I enjoyed what I've watched so far. It's just I haven't sat down and actually watched it. And ooh, there's a hole there.
I actually meant Lucifer, Tavo, but
Oh well, no, I wasn't reading chat.
he came with some gross blasphemic slurs.
Blasphemy.
No, that's not it too. Okay, I'm just gonna check it from the outside because I have a little bit of a problem with this side. Oh. Not you, little one. Oh, we just got quiet. Sorry.
We did actually. I think it's because I haven't watched it, so it's a bit hard to talk about. Unless you want to talk about it, Reaper.
I just like the whole concept. There's so much. Well, it's not only the show Lucifer. There's more Lucifers. For example, in Supernatural. They always try to portray Lucifer. Since we're talking about Lucifer, let's just talk about Lucifer in general as the good guy. And in fact, he actually is the good guy because without him, all evil would just have no place to.
Well, let's be fair. In Supernatural, it wasn't exactly the good guy. But does that make him the bad guy?
No, he's very much the good guy. Lucifer's life. I mean, he just hated humans. Come on, can you blame him?
Yeah. No, I'm on board with that. Yeah, I can understand that one.
It's like they have this beautiful race called angels. They're created, and then God's like, okay, I create this shit now, and this is gonna be my most prime creation, and you guys gotta serve them. And he's like, you kidding, right? And he's like, no, I'm serious. And they're like, no, that's not gonna happen, mate. And it's like,
no, like seriously though, you're joking, right? Like, no, no. Come on, you're having us on, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, screw this! I'm gonna make my own Earth with blackjack and hookers.
and then 1/3 of the angels are like, yeah, let's go with Lucifer. And then he's like, okay, you're all out. And they're like, okay, whatever. Start our own clan.
Well, did you like seriously? There wasn't even 3 strikes, like just because we didn't like the humans. It was also interesting the way they portrayed Lucifer in Supernatural. Just the entire. I'm not sure how much of it you've watched. I stopped
Everything.
around about season 8, I think.
Everything.
But I heard more. Of course, it's a bit difficult to be on the internet without seeing memes, and I did get a bit of the story from that. But all the Mark of Cain stuff and the fact that he was God's most trusted, but the Mark corrupts and all that other stuff, I think was a nice sort of addition, nice element to the mythos. And he's always in the normal mythos, he's the father of lies, deceit, all evil. But the question is, he's the one that punishes everybody in hell. So if he was evil, why would he punish evildoers?
Yeah,
This is
I
the
think
base nature.
the humans portray him as evil, but he's just the gatekeeper of all evil. It's his job.
He did also create the demons. That was probably a bad idea on his part, but compared to what some humans can do.
Well, they need help there. You can't do it alone. There's a lot of humans coming in there. I have no idea. I was happy making the net, and suddenly I'm at a point where it just becomes increasingly hard because of the curvature.
Let's see where you are.
Oh
now.
my god, this dragon actually scared me from this side. I was just, what the fuck is that? And I'm like,
Wait, where are you?
outside.
Oh God. Yeah, we've got to change these over later, but you've made some good progress on the net. Not to mention, it should go a bit quicker once you figure out how to go up to the top.
Yeah. just keep it like this for now. The problem is it curves to the side, and then it actually starts missing some blocks. And I'm always like going with this V shape, and then I go back to a point again. But when you become uneven at that point, because of the dome curving to the left on one side and the other side just going perfectly, then you get really confused because you can't make your little pointy thing. So like 1, 2, 3, and then I have to do this. Oh wait. Then I have to do 3 again, like this. And then I want to go back. And this works because it's nice and flat. No, it doesn't work. I actually already failed, so then it needs to be like this. And it looks weird. But it is true. This is how it has to be. I don't know. I don't even know if you were watching.
So, nope, not in the slightest. I just end up with Kung Fu Panda line going through my head. So, this is how it has to be. So, this is how it is. This is how it will be. This is how it must be. Also, it's a shame you can't make yourself 1 block high in Minecraft. Because I'm working on...
It is possible. You can fall or something.
Well, yeah, well, I'm working on making all these water pipes and interconnectivity and basically make sure everything looks... Oh, bollocks, how did that work? Basically make sure everything's interconnected. The problem is the water pipes are all 1 block high, so I need to destroy what I've just built in order to fix the water and go back again.
Why you need help? You're pregnant?
Who are you talking to there?
Do I make my night elf monk into a panda?
How would a night elf become a panda?
You're playing with fire here, Jacob. I suppose he means
I
in
know
World
about
of
the
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, but how do you turn a night elf into a panda?
Race change.
A Pandarian?
It's just magic.
Surely it's better to start a new character so you experience the entire progression and feel.
That is a place World of Warcraft failed really badly on, because it used to be so hard to level and to... Well, your character was really something you worked for hard, and it just got so easy. And now you get, with actually every expansion, you get a free character, max level, etc. And you don't know how this character plays because you never played it, but you have it fully unlocked with all the skills you can imagine. And that is sometimes so incredibly confusing, because if you have played for many months a character, you know every combo, you know everything you have to do. And if you just have an entire spell book chock full of skills, you just become a very bad version of what you're supposed to be. I have no idea what's going on now, but this is all wrong here. I have to fix this with fire and sulfur.
Ooh, sulfur, yet another thing that's sort of attributed to demons. Wonder why that would be. Sulfur. I mean, it would often come out of cracks in the ground, so maybe that's where it's from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they think that there's a hole in the ground spewing out heat and the smell of sulfur. It must be a portal to hell. I believe that's probably the rationale behind it.
You'd be really, really, really sad if all the lava and the hell from the earth disappeared and the rotating elements within the earth stops rotating because they don't have the lack of fraction to support them.
I think we'll be a little bit more than sad, because I mean the Earth's what, rotating at 3,000 kilometers an hour. If the Earth suddenly stopped, we'd all end up dead, running into things. Like the only way you could possibly survive would be maybe if you were doing a skydiving at that one moment, but you'd still be accelerating to 3,000 kilometers 3,000 kilometers an hour within a second, you'd be ripped apart. If that happened, we'd have a lot more trouble going on.
Sounds like an adventure to me.
Okay, wow, the stream has been going on for 2 hours, apparently. We've been talking about bollocks for 2 hours.
What is going on?
I'm not sure, but some people are still there, so thank you for that. We do need another topic now. We've gone over Lucifer.
Barely, but
Yeah. Well, we could talk a bit more about the Book of Job and its origination in Christianity and all the elements therefore. I mean, originally, his first name was Satan from the Hebrew Bible. I'm not sure. Satan or Satan it means accuser or adversary, which I suppose is pretty apt. It was used throughout the Hebrew Bible, the original one, to refer to ordinary human adversaries, as well as a specific supernatural entity, and that was the entire idea of Satan, who was the adversary to the people in the Bible. It's the word itself is derived from a verb meaning to obstruct or to oppose, so it's that generic idea. It was used to define a random person, and then it was more sort of stylized and refers to the actual fallen archangel a lot later on.
Jesus.
No, Jesus wasn't in the Bible at that point.
Yeah, it was not about Jesus. Oh, I hate this net going on. Okay, I'm going back to the bottom, because that's much more easy. But he has a lot of entities then. He's always the pinnacle of evil for some reason.
Well, maybe not the pinnacle, but he's definitely on the way there. But the idea is that all evil was called Satan. Like, yeah, the first time Satan was used, it was used as this opponent, as this accuser. He wasn't the Satan or a Satan. There wasn't an indefinite article. So he was just used as this idea of this entity of evil, not necessarily a singular version or something. And then there was sort of the instances of it being a troubling spirit or a possessing entity, always from problems and difficulty.
Well, he was the opposer.
I mean, the word Satan is often called, or is often a synonym of devil, which is actually from Middle English devel, or from Old English diofol, which is an early Germanic borrowing of the Latin diabolus, or diabolical. So again, it's that idea of opposition, mainly. Diabolos could also mean slander, to hurt, to twist, things like that. So that's why Satan and diabolos used to become interchangeable. In diabolos, you got diabolo, which turns into diafolo, which turns into devel, which turns into devil. All throughout the sort of change in modern language. In fact, there was an old Hebrew god. This was before Judaism and the single faith, which went by the name of Baal Zabul. Baal Zabul, which was a Philistine god whose original name was reconstructed. You might recognize it as being changed to Baal the Prince, which ended up being transformed into Beelzebub, the Prince of Evil, of Darkness. Another name could be maybe Abaddon, meaning destruction, in the Old Testaments. Or it's from the Greek as well. Apollon, meaning the destroyer, is an angel who rules the abyss.
We have a name for our dragon.
Oh, so what are you going to name it then?
Abaddon.
Abaddon. Oh.
Or maybe Perdition. You want to be called Perdition? Nah, that's a bit...
No, but JQ, I know things. It's what I do. I drink and I know things.
He's a propertarian Lannister.
If it was easy, everybody would do it. I drink tea, which probably isn't the same as wine. I read a crap ton of books. Have you watched Buffy or not, Reaper?
The Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, you're probably of age to have watched it.
Yeah, loose episodes, nothing.
Yeah. No, I always thought I was more of a Giles. Like, I knew the shit, but there's no way in hell I would try and deal with it. So yeah, that's what Satan is.
We need him because there always needs to be someone who counters whatever is going on. If you have a country, for example, they want their order, but order is also unchanging. So there's no future in a certain kind of order. For example, if you want to have power for an entire country, but you don't want to look at nuclear options because they scare you, so you make rules and regulations so you can never use them, and it's something that's really pretty much happening now, even though they're very useful thorium reactors and such invented, and nuclear reactors are the most safe way of generating a lot of very eco-friendly power.
Well, actually, I can pull some statistics in from that. France produces nearly 60% of its energy via nuclear fission. The reason why that's such an important is that Germany has gone full eco-friendly, supposedly, and yet with over 70% made by eco power, such as solar panels, wind turbines, and whatnot. And yet the CO2 output per kilowatt of energy produced in France is, if I found this, 5 times less than Germany.
Yeah. And that makes sense because everything they do, for example, this whole hype about burning trees these days, because that's eco-friendly, which is absolutely destructive and erosive for the environment, of course. This whole is entirely misplaced. So you actually need a Lucifer to start pounding those justice and those good beliefs, because they are very destructive and very bad. So that's what I mean. That's why we always need something to oppose, so we can look to the other side as well, and not just accept what is given to us as a solid truth.
Oh, that's the idea. That's the idea behind the entire premise of Satan and Lucifer. It didn't start as the angel. It didn't start as a singular entity. Instead, as we saw before, it was attributed to a malicious idea. The opposer, the opponent, the adversary. Those were all his titles before, and those were the titles that stick with it. And then it absorbed, over time, in the mythos, it absorbed these other countries. So it absorbed the Prince of Baal. Even in the Book of Revelations, there was even times when the Roman Emperor, who at that time was the opposition to Christians, persecutions, you had the Lion Games and all that, the opposition was referred to as a Satan. Not the Satan, but a Satan. And it's often said that hell was ruled, or the opposite, the kingdom heaven, was ruled by the Satans, or the adversaries, the opponents of God and his angels. It only came later with further into the mythos and further plays that it actually got a name, or actually turned to become the definite article of the one Satan. But there was still the idea behind it of it being the adversary, of it being the opponent, of it being something against which people strive and combat.
There must always be an opposer.
It's true. Religion at the start. If you look at an awful lot of old tenets of Judaism, the reason why there were circumcisions, the reason why you don't eat pork, it all relates to where the religion came from and what religion was originally used for. If you're deeply religious, you often find that nowadays it can be quite comforting to have a religion. It's quite important to feel something. You feel a spiritual connection. It helps give yourself meaning. But originally, religion wasn't for this idea of comfort, of meaning, because the whole reason behind it was a form of education. You often find in history that most priests were often teachers, tutors. The oldest university in the world, Cambridge and Oxford universities, which were founded before the Aztec Empire. That should date it for you. Those universities were founded before the Aztec Empire. Most of the teachers there originally were monks. They were the people who could read. Religion was a way to teach people. And what's important to teach people? It's important to teach people how to survive. So all these old things, the old Jewish people, when they were just starting off, they lived in a desert, or at least that around that area in Mesopotamia. There was a lot of heat, while there was periodic flooding, especially around Egypt, which has since died down an awful lot because of global change. It was a very abundant, very life-giving area, but it was also hot and humid. And all these things created disease. Now, pork, or pigs as a meat, while they were consumed an awful lot, say, in Europe, where the average temperature was a lot lower, with the much higher temperatures and humidity, it used to spoil too quickly. Now, if you had illiterate people, people who couldn't read, couldn't write, didn't know much, they would just think, oh, it smells bad, let's cook it for longer and eat it. So they get food poisoning, so they have trouble. So what does a religion do? It says, oh, don't eat pork or shellfish, because you can't keep them safely. People were traveling all over the place, people were in settlements. If people ate this pork or shellfish or things like that, they could get sick. So it was a method used to help the health of the people, to keep people healthy, to keep people strong. And then you have the other elements, such as circumcision. Hygiene wasn't a great thing for them there. And, well, the monetization has gone long enough, so I can't talk about this, but the foreskin used to be something that could collect dirt, could collect dust, could collect problems, and therefore be another health hazard. Religion was basically used as a code, as a way for people to live, send ideas, so people could live healthier lives. Then, of course, it got hijacked, and it said, oh, my God's better than your God, and it was used to control the population even more. But the original tenets were still there. That's why you just need to look at the religions of Judaism, of Arabic religions. The ones that originated in deserts say, don't eat pork, don't eat shellfish. Make sure to... The entire definition of kosher, or Jewish clean, is based around everything being, or cooking utensils, killing utensils, everything being blessed and properly prepared, blessed by the rabbi. The reason why the rabbi would bless it is because the rabbi would often be the learned one, the person who could read, the person who could write. He was also the judge. But it means that when he was blessing something, what he was doing was making sure things were clean, making sure the people were safe. And that was that entire idea. You made sure you had your rabbi check your food preparation to make sure it was okay to eat. Basically the same as halal, it has to be blessed. Now, the reason behind that originally wasn't just to take comfort on the fact that the faith could mean something, the faith that's important for you. It could mean that it was safer. It gives you health, it gives you... make sure the population's okay. And that's what the basis was about. So this adversary was the one that could be created to go against these teachings. It's the evil people who go against these teachings who are corrupted by the adversary, and they had things wrong with them. Witches were often called servants of Satan. And look at their description. Their descriptions are always unhealthy, unclean, with problems, maladies, things like that. Yeah. So, there we go.
Yay, happy. But it does block growth, because the world has been a long time in a very dark religious era, especially the European world.
Right, so, sorry, I completely got sidetracked there. What did I miss?
Your own speech, maybe?
Oh yeah, I fell asleep for half of that.
No, it's... so hard now in this corner. Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I kind of want you to be here. You want to be here? Then you can go here. And then you can go here. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Well, we got another question, probably something a little bit easier to talk about now. The new James Bond actor opinion, which I just checked. Do you know who the new James Bond actor is?
I missed the last 2 James Bonds. I still have to watch them.
As far as I knew, Daniel Craig still had one to do. Superman actor Henry Cavill in line to play James Bond after Daniel Craig.
Why they replace him?
Oh, because he's getting older. It remains uncast, but it's possible that it might be Henry Cavill. And I have to say, one of my favourite films of all time is Man from U.N.C.L.E. If you haven't seen the Man from U.N.C.L.E. film, I would definitely recommend it. I loved it.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. Okay. Yeah, the net is definitely
Yeah, I
going to
can
look a
definitely see him
little
working
bit
that way.
different when we go higher up.
Okay, let's have a look at the net. Oh, you've gone quite... Oh, that is definitely skewed slightly.
Cornelia, yes, me and Fringlish, we are pretty much opposite, yeah. I'm very impulsive and he is really balanced and calculating. And he has knowledge and I have just instinct, basically.
Instinct and passion and action, and I just get... You can stay focused, I think, a bit easier than I can. I can get distracted. And it's a strange dichotomy. But I think that spawned the entire idea of Fire and Ice. Not just because you did blue and orange on the logo and we've worked around that. It's a little bit because of that.
Yeah, a little bit, because Tavo made 2 dragons.
Sorry?
Not Tavo.
Tavo made 2 dragons?
Baba did that. Sorry, Baba.
Oh, yeah, no, that's Baba, the new logo we're using. Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic work, Baba, on the 2 dragons. Love them.
Richard Madden. Yeah, no. He's too passive. Except on
Richard who now?
Richard Madden from Game of Thrones, Robb Stark. Except on Twitter, there he's not really passive, but I don't know.
I think James Bond requires a bit more confidence in the actor that I don't quite think he has.
True.
Well, it's
That-
possible he could play it. I mean, after all, they are professional actors for a reason.
Well-
But
Not even confidence. I mean, just the basic finesse of a James Bond character, the refinement and the gentlemanly. That's something Richard Madden absolutely does not have.
I think maybe in 10 years or something, 10, 15 years. But I think he's a bit young. Like recently we saw James Bond be a bit older, but it's more that refinement. As long as they go away from the rapey scenes, it's worked a lot better. It's also the context of the time, and also the actors. Do you want a youngish James Bond now? I think the sort of middle-aged but still very active James Bond, combining a bit of experience in there, works a lot better in the format, especially with Ian Fleming's view.
Yeah, I would like an older one, at least 40-ish. Just bring the style back to it.
Either way, most important thing is he has to look good in a suit.
True. Yeah, Cozy, because we live in normal time zones. No, that doesn't make any sense.
No, not really. God, this is taking a long time for not building much, I have to say. Because I'm making everything interconnected, it's taking
The problem
quite a
with
bit of time.
constructing things like that, and every form of aqueduct or pipes or whatever, you can go on forever. There's always room to fit another pipe.
Or you can come and have a look later so you can see. But yeah, I've been going up and round and left and back. And now I'm just trying to figure out, what do I want to add now? Like, what would work best?
Maybe let the water side drain from the outer circle in any way, and the fire side drains from the inner circle. So you would
We'll
have
have some pipes go over and then in.
yeah.
Well, I could do that, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, loads of pipes working their way in and out, as well as walkways. I think what I've done is I've now connected every building some way, or every floor. So you can get to the roof, you can get to the bottom by different walkways. That's how it worked out. Not necessarily each floor, but you can get to most places. I think the only thing you can't get to right now is the top bit that you built here. But that's because we don't have any way up to the main cooling tower yet.
It's the elemental chamber.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I've been working on a 30 by 30 chunk, and you've done, what shall I say, 20% of the 25% of the force field?
True. I think I keep it sea lantern. I like it. It gives a light. It lights the whole place up. It is a bit distinct. True.
Well, we can test it afterwards. Once you make it, it's very quick to change and have a look, and we can always change it back. So I think the main thing is we need to build it first, and then we can compare which one looks better.
At least we have gates to the unknown. I have a question and I need help. Why subscribe? Why would you not subscribe? What's wrong with you?
It's completely free. You can subscribe completely free. Just click on the button. Completely free, I might add.
The only reason you would not subscribe to someone is if you specifically do not want to see his content. You're watching now. I think we only have subs at the moment, but... Yeah, I'm really interested to play War of the Kingdoms with the Russians.
Why, who are you against?
Don't know yet. I just know I'm on Kingdom 96 with all the Russian army.
The Red Army, eh?
Yeah, Red Army. The only true army. The undefeated ones.
Well, we'll see if they're undefeated afterwards. Actually, our alliance in Kingdom 34 is looking to move. 100 Kings, we're looking to move servers again. It's getting a bit too toxic. We had some alliances we're with on the server. They're not the majority in sort of the server council, which has been set up. They're not even the most powerful. I mean, we kicked their ass 3 ways from Sunday. But what they've started doing is in Kingdom vs. Kingdom and things like that, they've threatened either we go along with what they want in changing rules, or they'll fight against us in Kingdom vs. Kingdom and other events like that. To which we've said, well, fuck you guys.
Okay. That does it. Come to Kingdom 96.
Go to Kingdom 96. Maybe N3O is there, though. We'll get our asses kicked.
You think so? If you're smart, we only have our Vanguard there. That means the top players go there, and the rest will always be forever stuck in Kingdom 2. They will never move. If you are there, and you have room, they just join you. You'd be one of the strongest alliance. I got no word.
Well, we're no slacks. We're no slouches as we are. I think the problem with 1KS, the problem we have, is we have no maxed accounts. We have no hyper whales. Heck, we have no big whales now. I mean, we have big players, but they've stopped spending on the game. So while we have quite a bit of power, we don't have that massive knockout punch that a lot of other big alliances have now.
So that's why you come to them. You're like, hello, it looks like you don't have the people you need to fill the rallies. Well, here's 4 million T4.
Oh, we have the people that need the rallies, but the thing is we can't fight a full rally from someone else because we don't have the same.
But that's our problem
combat power.
on Kingdom 96. We have the rally leaders, we just don't have the troops. It's like we're the kettle and you're the pot. Wait,
What,
isn't it?
96?
Yeah.
You're in Kingdom. Oh, I'll put that forward to the alliance. We might as well see. Could end up going to 96 then.
Just come, make your case for them, and tell them, come with us, join us. I can give a nudge to the right direction. Because N3O doesn't want to support their whales anyway. They don't deserve them. And not only that, I know several people want to play more active, and I have been trying to create any form of incentive I can think of to get them out of that kingdom too. But there's always just this slight majority of farmers that demands to stay there and wins every vote. And as long as there's democracy, there cannot be victory. That was really funny. The silence that broke off.
In English, it's coffee bean. Yeah. In English, it's coffee beans. In Polish, coffee grain. So is an actual bean or a grain? Well, that's the thing. Coffee bean is not an actual bean. A grain is a cultivated cereal or a single fruit or seed of a cereal. So it's not even a grain, actually. It could be a seed. It could be technically a berry or a fruit because of how it's grown. But a bean is an edible seed, typically kidney-shaped, growing in long pods or certain leguminous plants. It means that a bean is grown in long pods. That's what defines a bean as it is. Coffee beans don't do that. Instead, it's more like a seed or a coffee berry, even. It's the seed of the coffea plant. Just like it grows sort of like cherries. So it's called a stone fruit. So it's a fruit around a small pip or stone. Coffee beans are referred to as such purely because they resemble beans. So that's it. That's your answer.
If you need one scroll, you just save up your alliance coins.
Yeah, well, with active alliances now and most things you can do, you could probably get a scroll or two within a week of playing. Because you need, 800,000 alliance coins? And as long as you participate in daily trials, in alliance chests can even get you quite a few. A couple of scrolls are easy enough to come by.
I brought him there. I bought the scrolls with money on your account.
What you need to do, KFC, is then gather alliance coins, and you should be able to buy a couple. I mean, how strong is his account?
Yeah, 100 something.
And you're welcome, Romina.
Weak.
Well, as long as it's less than 300,000, it shouldn't cost you more than one scroll to move to a new server. I mean, bearing the really weak ones, but why would you go there anyway?
I've been building forever.
Certainly feels like it. We've been going for what, 3 hours so far today?
Yep, a little bit over.
Just building stuff, and we've actually had to speak and do intelligent things rather than just our normal method of communication, which involves some English words, some grunting, and then Reaper comes in with some Dutch, which we don't understand, but we just smile and wave.
At this point, you should have basic knowledge of the intonation of Dutch swearing and, well, expressionism.
That bit. Yeah.
It's kind of fair. Here I am speaking your language without a flaw. And you don't even say
Okay.
you don't even speak mine for a single word. You English people have it
Look.
easily.
I speak English, I speak French, I speak Spanish, I can speak Latin. I can hold a conversation in very basic Czech. I haven't gone Dutch yet, but I could probably learn it.
No, Dutch the hardest language.
At least some words.
Simply, you need to be trained from young childhood to break your voice and bend your tongue in ways you cannot imagine.
Well, as long as it's not the same as the Czech. I cannot. There's a syllable in Czech, which is basically R with an accent on it, which I cannot get my tongue around. It is just not for me. Godvedom. What is Godvedom?
That is God damn it, or God damn me.
Oh, Godvedom.
Yeah, in Dutch we
Fair
literally,
enough. Godvedom.
in Dutch we literally say God damn me instead of it. I suppose. Because if you use God's name in vain, you might as well do it the right way.
Sorry, KOC, I haven't been able to keep. I can only do a look at the chat for a split second. I don't think you'll be able to get back in. You pissed off an awful lot of people in 1KS.
How do you live like this? Just pissing off people wherever you go, leaving a trail of destruction and disrespect.
I think the main thing is you annoyed a lot of people in the Discord, and everybody uses the Discord to talk and communicate. So people who can't, if you want to go back in 1KS, you need to basically unpredictable is the recruitment officer. So if you're not on Discord and you don't get through an interview of him, you can't get back in, even then. And they didn't really like. You didn't give the best impression on unpredictable. So I doubt you can get back through the interview again. Not to mention he's backed up by the leadership. So, oh, and hello, Frederick. How the devil are you?
45 minutes. Oh my.
We need another subject now. Because I went over coffee beans and I went over theology. I think we need something else.
How does the future generate power? Yeah, we probably literally use the elements.
I was going to say hopefully fusion, which is basically the elements. If we can crack nuclear fusion, that will be the godsend of all energy. Not only does it create an awful lot more than just fission, it can be self-contained. So basically miniature suns, and then extremely robust solar panels.
So heat can generate power. Water can definitely generate power.
Oh yeah, hydroelectric power is probably the best form of renewable energy we currently have on the Earth, and that's all through water. But then you have the best in the universe, or that we know of so far, without going into antimatter and matter and all that other jazz, is just plain fusion, which is different to the fission we currently use. In the nuclear reactors where we're dividing, it's addition. Creates an awful lot of heat, which can then be used as a byproduct to heat other things as well.
But if we can crack fusion, we won't have to worry about electricity at all. It's also will have nearly no greenhouse gases, as long as it can be contained.
We kind of don't need.
So if we can crack that, do it safely, we'll be lucky as heck.
Because I think maybe we have to create a reactor somewhere.
Well, it's a bit more than creating a reactor. It's creating a reactor that won't melt and be destroyed, because you're basically making a controlled miniature sun, and that will burn your way through pretty much anything we can do right now.
Didn't the Chinese recently?
Or at least the power generation we get from.
They made thing that was 1,000 times hotter than the sun or something, stable for a few seconds.
We've been doing things like that for years. The concept has been around since, well, it was part of the premise behind Oppenheimer's work and research. The problem is containing it long enough in order to get the energy from it, because it costs an awful lot of energy to start up, and we can't put it in a self-contained process, one that will produce energy. We just don't have the technology in order to harness what we produce. We can make it, we just can't keep it around for long enough or have it work. That's the big problem right now. If we can crack that, then we'll be sorted, but right now it's just a proof of concept. It's like the CERN Hadron Collider. I mean, theoretically, we can move things at light speed. Even if the recent tests were to believe, and the recent discovery of the Higgs boson, we moved something at quicker than light speed through the atmosphere. Now, I should point out this doesn't mean quicker than light speed itself, as in the vacuum light speed's a lot quicker. But we move something through the atmosphere quicker than light itself. So it adds a theoretical aspect, the fact that you can move something quicker than light. If you can do it in the atmosphere, you might be able to do it in the void. And if you can do it in the void, then you'll be able to time travel. I'm using very generalized terms because I don't want to go into too much detail. Well, I don't know enough to go into too much detail.
I was like, you have a better subject to talk about then?
But, well, I don't know if we could have a better subject. But the idea, I've forgotten what I was talking about earlier. What was the point I was making?
I was making the point that we needed a reactor right here in this spawn, but you went on about how we can.
Oh, yes, you asked what power to use in the future.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you asked what. Yeah, they use fusion power in the future, so we want something with a lot of glowing dials and buttons, and then things.
And we need to cool it with water.
Could cool it with water. We don't have to, but yeah.
Oh my god, this is the biggest project I've ever done in my life. Could have made it a little bit smaller dome.
Well, you were the one that wanted to change the dome force field. I mean, that's your baby. I'm not going to take that away from you.
Stupid ideas in my head. They change the moment I'm done with this.
You're not going to choose something so hard again, are you?
We'll make this work. The amount of investment invested in it will make it more likely to succeed. Imagine I was doing Build the Earth. Could have been so great. I was even official streamer on that Discord. It was just, I don't know.
It was too
Yeah,
toxic for the community. Too many people being assholes.
that was one badass community. It's like cozy
And not in the good way.
times 1,000.
So I'm quite surprised actually it's still standing, but there we go. Well, go on. If you have a question, Kelsey, ask away. But I am far from being Mr. Know-It-All. I am Mr. Know-A-Lot, but I am aware that I do not know much in the grand scheme of things. don't want to keep that.
No. Well, not in the way you think you are. And if the question to Fringlish is, can I join your server? No. Enough now. No more. What's going wrong here? Oh. You've been a really bad boy. We'll unban you when you're 18, yes? How's that for promise? See, that's what I like, chaos. Just see people suffer and squirm like worms they are.
Am I going to play AC? Well, if I can remember what time it is, yes, I probably will.
Hey. Oh, we are the Forgotten Games, so you probably frozen me into yes. But
Speaking of which, we should do a stream with a new sort of a different game. About Forgotten Games, we should go for one of the old games, just stream that, play it, talk about it. We haven't done that in a while.
Yep. Well, Minecraft is rather old.
True, but it's not really forgotten, is it? It's a good game, though. It is a good game.
What did I say? I got Ramina shocked. What? I literally have to strangle Raimi before she gets shocked, usually.
Wait, what?
No, she's sleeping. He's Lord Command on Discord. Everybody knows him. You're the only one who's been sending him hearts all the time, keeping him here.
Well, one thing we haven't done today, in the 3+ hours we've been streaming, what would you like to talk about, Reaper?
I don't know. My brain needs to be empty for this, actually.
Have I crashed?
Did you what?
No, I'm back. I thought I crashed for a second. I just had a black screen.
So what makes fire different from water? They need to be both as powerful as ever, but it's so much easier to make fire more powerful. Maybe we should think about the story.
As in?
How did both fire and ice got here in the first place?
That is a good question. Maybe it was the fact that a normal... Should we just... let's just say we're using nuclear power. So we're using fission. Not the futuristic fusion, we're just using fission. So what they did is they created an awful lot of heat, using water to cool it, and they're using those base elements of air and water, of fire and earth, that each dragon represents, to create energy. Because this is a primal world where apparently there's something called magic, both of these elements, or the energy created by using these elements, awoke the primal deities. And they came to investigate. When they saw what was being done with their elements, the elements were being ripped apart and used together, they were enraged, so they started to attack.
That makes much more sense. But those dragons are massive.
They look good though.
That'd be true.
I think they're just the right size to convey majesty. Although yours looks a lot closer, but I think mine fringes.
Oh no, because when you expanded the dome, I had to move my one back. So I think yours misses by like three blocks in some places. The dome, flaming close.
Yep. But the top one, he can breathe through that little gap in the force.
Hopefully not. Yeah. It's a heck of an interesting spawn right now. Look at that.
Yep. Kind of want to at least reach the other side. Because then I've done the largest part, because the bottom is of course much bigger than the top. But definitely not the easiest part. Actually, definitely not the hardest part.
Well, you get pretty far with your own set. You're not too far off going all the way around. And then what, are we going to call it a day for now?
Yeah.
Hopefully, as soon as we've done a bit more testing, this server will be open just for people to play on, actually, on the vanilla world. We'll ask them to move across while we're still building stuff. We don't want to keep it locked for too long.
We don't? Oh. We invite people? Ew, people.
Maybe just the people in the Discord to start off with. We see what they can make, see what lore they come up with, because it's very much a work in progress. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah, I've invited him back a lot of times. I was just gonna... last time I was just to play... He was gonna join just for the... Among Us. And then he was gonna leave, but he didn't leave. That was the deal. I don't like banning people, especially people that are more active than most mods in my community. Problem is, if you disrespect the mods, I have no choice. I cannot protect you. I don't have that power.
It's more a case of talk shit, get hit.
No, it's more a case of if I don't allow them to be mod, but will correct them all the time, they will not likely be mod much longer for me.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just kick you off the Discord as well. Stage your revolution.
That is impossible. I am the ultimate power.
I don't know. I could just tell Romina. Let her deal with it.
She has the
You
power to
want to
kick
go
me?
up against her?
Oh yes. Show me those claws, girl. Pam 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 pam. Just building the force. Sheet. No, sorry. I would never blame someone else for my mistakes, except all the times I did.
He would never. He would never. He would never be so stupid as to be caught in saying that.
Yeah, the spoken, how do you call it? Energy has been disrupted ever so slightly. This is wrong.
What's wrong?
How I'm constructing this contraption here. I sometimes just have to bend it a little bit to make the panel. That would be much easier than to just malform everything. I have this power. Oh yes, I'm getting a bit sleepy actually of this whole endeavor.
Well, we have been doing it. It has to be at least 3 hours now. We've been going on streaming, and you've been building the same thing the entire time. Long stream.
Well, I would have just built without or with the stream.
Well, it's also you need to pay attention. You need to talk. I mean, we've been going off different subjects. It's been very helpful to get some subjects from you guys, but then we actually have to talk about it, and there's only so many things I can just go off on a tangent about. And then you have to pay attention as well. You have to figure out what you need to say.
That's why I really need you for those streams, because I would have just been dead quiet, ignored chat entirely, and built the damn thing. Which might have had its charms, but... Dum dum dum.
Maybe we should work out and get a copyright-free playlist. Just have some background music in the
Yep.
stream when we do things like this.
That is a good idea.
A bit of a difference, something just that we can build to. So when we're talking, we can talk, but we don't always have to be forced to make the background noise. Although you did do ASMR, so hang on, if it's ASMR, shouldn't we be talking into the mics a bit closer like this?
This is just... That is not ASMR. You need a specific mic for that. Or it just sounds like you're tearing apart a cardboard cushion.
Probably. I mean, I was still using the £15 headset, so I have no idea. That probably sounds terrible. Just speaking straight into the mic. There's also that do you play Minecraft in anything apart from full screen?
I'm capturing a screen so I can play how small I want.
Yeah, it's just if you play in full screen, it's very difficult to keep an eye on the chat.
Well, I have
You
two
don't know when
screens.
they're up to something.
I have two screens, of course. So. But I just have to bend my head a lot to see the chat, and especially when I'm building, because you always also have to to spend at least a full second before you have some information from the chat in your brain. Then you're not building. So even if I quickly look in a fraction of a second, I don't see the chat.
Well, the thing with an audio prompt, we can work off each other. We can talk while we're also building. But if we transfer over to the chat, we can't. We need to take a second to read, take a second to reread to make sure that's what the chat asked for, take a second to contemplate our life choices, then a second to process it, then a second to read. That's what they said. And then a second to say it. I mean, we're losing 5 to 6 seconds of building time each time we have to read a message.
Yep.
And we're trying to focus on building. That doesn't help.
Gets even worse if someone gets timed out and you want to read that, so you have to click on show the messages one by one. Dum dum dum. Almost there. It's like rebuilding the Notre Dame. No? Okay.
Well, I think Notre Dame has a bit more work put into it.
Are they actually rebuilding it now? Or they just...
I think so, but it is French rebuilding, so they're gonna take 300 years or so.
Yeah, so at least they're building something. The Netherlands just gave up on beautiful buildings.
One thing I am sad about everybody building or just modern architecture, some buildings can look quite nice, but with today's technology, with the machines that can
hue stone and things like that. When you're building stuff, why not go for the detailed stone buildings that last centuries if you can? Like, if it fits with the area, why do you have to put modern stuff just because it's modern?
Yeah.
It's because some of the buildings they just look they look completely out of place, and I think it's a shame because some areas look absolutely amazing, but then you have these modern buildings that they just throw in there that they change because it's modern, and I just think it's a shame.
Modern.
With today's technology, you could sculpt or carve or have these things built in a fraction of the cost that it cost them before, that would last centuries. It doesn't have to look modern purely for being modern.
But they don't have the satisfaction and they don't have the urge for this art anymore. People got lazy.
What do you think? It was around 1901 when, with the invention of Cubism. Do you think it happened before then?
I don't know. It's just all these Gothic styles and Renaissance is just not. I don't know. Who would spend the time making this, designing this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, could it be Cubism when it all changed? Probably a bit earlier than that, to be honest. But what I don't like sometimes is just modernism for modernism's sake. You make it look modern because. Also, that's another thing. Why do people make modern things if they want it to look modern and don't go for the futuristic thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Surely now's the time to make things look futuristic, because why wait for the future? Where are the damn floating skyways and things like that we can do nowadays? We have the technology.
Everything just
and
needs to be
yet
practical.
nobody's building them.
Practical and simple. And you have so much. You need to mass produce everything because there's so much more people, so much more demand as well for housing and there's just
True.
No time for art anymore.
Well, one thing that has been definitely detrimental has been. Have you heard of eco housing or not?
No. Well, I might have.
Well, I saw it happen a lot in London. There were an awful lot of projects with eco housing. Now, these were built 10, 20, 30 years ago. The idea behind them using eco materials, environmentally friendly building procedures and things like that, which I think is a very laudable goal in of itself. But the problem comes later. Most of those houses now, they've been around for 30 years, and they're worth fuck all. The walls are warping, just the materials weren't as good, or aren't good enough. And it's causing problems. People can't resell it, people can't use it. And that's caused a very big detriment to the people who are trying to buy them to get on the housing ladder. And it's just a shame because houses are supposed to last for generations, not 30 years.
Isn't that what everything? They make stuff just so it breaks so they can buy a new one. I mean, why was there a Nokia 20 years ago that still wouldn't break this day if anyone used it? And we can't even get our iPhones to work for 2 years without having it break.
Yeah, there are differences there. It's the needless consumerism, but we don't want to get too far into that discussion.
Nope.
Or at least not without alcohol. Well, that's interesting. You know, in the old Ottoman Empire, or was it the Byzantine Empire? One of those areas round about Anatolia, where ideas should be. Well, it was said that ideas were debated twice, once while drunk and once while sober. If the idea sounded good both times, then it was implemented, and it was It was the actual preferred form of government for a good few centuries. I couldn't make worse decisions than nowadays politicians, though.
White.
Okay, what? Oh, are you going to try and transform it to see what the difference is?
No, I'm just transforming it for now to all to sea lanterns, so I have a very good view at any given angle of the entire grid. Ugh, this is so annoying.
Also, have you, sort of the buildings, if we're going back to the architecture and buildings, built around the sort of the 18th, 19th, early 20th centuries, in the styles of sort of well, Poirot and things like that. Have you seen the buildings in that sort of genre idea? The things made out of brick, stone. I still think they look good today, but sometimes just the just what you see the made out of metal and glass. Some of them look absolutely fabulous,
Yeah.
but some of them just look like they're trying far too hard. And I think that's the problem sometimes. It's pushing an idea, an agenda that's destroying the functionality, making it worse. Things can be functional and beautiful. They don't have to be beautiful at the expense of functionality. That's, I think, a problem sometimes nowadays.
I found a lava pipe, but the world became so red to me.
And this is why I avoid trying to go too deep. Did you just go down? Why did you just go down one of these pipes?
I don't know.
I'm trying to build stuff.
I thought maybe treasure at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh. Well, you were complaining about the fact that there were no buildings in the red zone, so I started to build something in the red zone, and you promptly tried to kill yourself.
Oh, this is very dimensional build.
Yeah. I think the idea behind this one is maybe a vehicle shop, if we could get a vehicle plugin. I'm not sure if they exist, or even if it's possible, but they must do now. Just like modded horses to look like motorbikes or something.
Yeah, we could check. I would, but the same with the elemental buildings. I kind of failed my architecture there, because if you don't want to make something look boring, it's really important that you don't make it look the same on all sides, you know? Like the elemental building, it's just round, perfectly round, and everything has the same thing on every side. And in a way, it looks very blatant. Well, if you have a building like this blue building, it's totally not dimensional, you know? The one side is much different than the other one. And it's actually really hard to build like that, because it's against your common sense. Like you want to make something look at one side the same as the other side.
Well, I mean, I've maybe done a sort of symmetry going down the middle of a couple of buildings, but that's it. I mean, the front always looks different to the back. I've tried to keep that in mind while working with your style of architecture. So I haven't just done rectangular either. I've done square, I've done rectangular, I've done diagonal.
Yeah, now I more mentioned my own buildings.
Different reliefs or height.
In a way, I should have dared to just make something on this side. And I was kind of fixing it by making the road on this side. Just like I didn't know if I wanted to make an aqueduct or just actually a walk path. And then I was like, okay, let's make it a walk path, because then I can just access the building from another side, the main building. Because I wasn't sure about the elevators yet, but you kind of fixed it with an aqueduct under it, in a way. Oh, I like this.
Well, what I did was I thought, if there's enough space, I'm going to put an aqueduct in there.
There's always space for an aqueduct.
Because most things are now interconnected with the balconies. The only difference being, I don't think there's an easier way up to the second floor, the top floor. Because we have the outside way up here, we have the ground floor entrances.
Maybe we should make this
We've got
one.
the walkways.
We have this balcony. What if this balcony, like here, just goes up here in the ladder?
It could go up, or it could go up this way, Reaper. Up here, up to a floating platform, and then up to the top, and then round, or into there.
Oh, okay.
Give a bit more 3D.
Yeah, we could also make the aqueduct like have a pathway on this side as well.
Yep. But I was thinking maybe spin around, go down. I got ideas.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just trying to finish this first building in the lava area.
Yeah.
But I think should we call it a day now?
Yeah, because I'm totally done with making the net for now. This is a start, so people know what the intention is. It kind of works. I think when it's complete, it really will look good.
Well, once we've completed building the spawn, then we have the entire storyline to come up with, which should really make a campaign for people to follow, hopefully, if we can get what we want done. But it'll be interesting to see what it looks like when it's finished.
Yeah, it's also...
So, thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let's do the ending. Go.
Say what you want to say. Okay. Well, thank you for everybody who tuned in. This was a very long stream of something that we don't normally do on the channel. It's something we're advertising about it, but mainly I think we just wanted to show off the dragons and the building. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope it was entertaining, even when we talked about random things and when Reaper... and I hope you enjoyed the unfiltered Reaper. Until the next time, we hope to come up with more Gotwick content soon, a couple more videos, probably another game coming out in the week. We're going to have to try and find something. We are forgotten games after all. But until then, take care. Thank you very much for tuning in. Love to see you next time. And have fun. Toodles.
Bye-bye, everyone.